What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Bostonian versus the book. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault. We are live on Twitter, live on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, get into the Discord channel. If you're not a member of that, why not? If you're part of the brigade, you're not really a brigade member unless you're arguing at 2 o'clock in the morning about nonsense. Get into the bvbshow.com. Get you directly into our free Discord channel so you can be
really
with
a
us.
good promo for that, actually, now that you say that like that. I don't wanna
How
argue
are
it. I
you?
mean, arguing at 2 o'clock in the morning is fine, but
Yes.
arguing about nonsense is not fine, but
Oh, it's
I guess
awesome. That's what the internet is. It's just all full of nonsense arguments, people going back and forth. It's a ton of fun in there. Get into our Discord channel, bvbshow.com on a Monday, and you have the audacity to wear that disgusting thing on your body. What is that? You know better than that.
first of all, this is one of the best uniforms in the history of sports, okay?
It
This is the
really
this
is
is the
not.
Whalers. It
It is
really
not.
is.
It really
It
is
is.
not. It
It's got
really
the
is not.
whaler on it's got the
Yes.
whale on its shoulders. This
When
is
that came on last night, yesterday afternoon, when I'm flipping around, I'm like, oh, the
yeah,
Bruins are on. Let's play Carolina. Awesome game.
yeah.
What the fuck are they wearing?
Whoa, why'd you get so personal so fast? What's wrong with you?
They're look, this team is dead. This is a city that nobody wants to live in. They left it for a
Oh,
reason.
shit.
I mean, they got
I'm gonna do
basketball
this
right now in the
again.
Final Four going on, but that's about it.
Oh,
It's
god.
Cement City. It's the Hartford, Connecticut is the ugliest city in America. This is not even up for debate. It is the ugliest city you will ever go through.
Okay.
And they wore the uniforms.
First of all, good morning. It's nice to see you too. And second of all, you're very chipper for
What a
Creighton
weekend.
losing.
Oh, what
Like
a weekend.
this
The
is
universe
unbelievable.
wasn't going to give it to me. I knew it going in. I couldn't have had the night I had on Friday night. I couldn't have had that good of a night on Friday night and then end the weekend with the Blue Jays in the Final Four. I knew it going in. It was happening. I literally, I'm watching the game and going, they're going to lose this game in heartbreaking fashion because the universe is not going to give me a Friday and a Saturday of epic proportions. Just doesn't work that
The
way.
game was Sunday, just so you know.
Right.
Just
Friday,
Saturday.
Sunday. Oh, sorry. Friday, Sunday.
Yeah,
The bookends. I wasn't going to get it. Saturday was, I was so tired on Saturday. I don't remember anything.
You sounded like shit when I talked to you on
I
Saturday.
was so tired on Saturday. I was run into the ground. I mean, look, just to say, I mean, people have been asking, so I'm just going to say it really fast. If you are taking your kid or if you're going with your friends or you're a Taylor Swift fan, I've seen a lot of concerts in my life. That woman shuts it down. She went for 3 hours and 15 minutes without an intermission or a break.
And it was good.
She played 44 songs, didn't stop, 10 outfit changes. I mean, regardless of the fact that it's got people are like, oh, well, she sings over a voice track and I don't care. Okay. She's on stage for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Right.
My kid screamed her heart out for over 3 hours. It was magical. The whole thing from Nissan's giving us a really cool ride to getting down there. The whole thing was just, it couldn't have gone off more perfectly. And it lived up. Rarely in my life have I built things up and then it delivers the way that did on Friday night. So it was
You can't ever take her to another concert.
Not like that. No. I mean, I think
Like, what are
she
you gonna
knows
take her
though.
to that's even gonna be close? You can't. I mean, it's what are you
She
gonna
wants
take her
to
to
go to
see
LA.
Journey?
She wants to go to LA and go to see Taylor in LA.
Oh, what?
There's 5 shows in LA in August.
What in the hell have we created? We created
It's
a little
not
monster.
out of the question because I'm gonna say this on the record and just no one will care about this, but I can go back to this video at some point in 5 years.
Uh-huh.
Taylor Swift is gonna disappear. After this concert's over, she's gonna disappear. And we're not gonna see her for years on tour.
Really?
You can't do what she just did. You can't play every single album that you've put out,
Uh-huh.
all the hits for 3 hours and 15 minutes, and then next year go and do a 2-hour concert. Like, the bar is raised so high now for any one of her shows that she needs to basically, I think she's 33 now. I think she's getting married. I think she's going to have kids. She'll put out albums, but I don't think she's touring for like a long time. This is a goodbye tour. And without saying a goodbye, this is a goodbye tour.
Wow.
So that I believe is what's going to happen. And it makes sense. I mean, I hit that point in my life when I was 32, 33. You just kind of hit there in the career doesn't fulfill you the
Did you
same
just
way.
equate yourself to Taylor Swift? What the
No,
fuck
but
are
I
you
mean, I'm talking
talking
about
about?
age wise. Like I'm talking about mentality when you get to the early 30s part of your life. You remember this. And you just start to look around and you're like, okay, I'm no longer a kid. I'm no longer, I'm obsessed about my career, but it's not fulfilling me the same way that it did in my 20s. I want something else. I want something more. I need more. And
Hmm.
she has a longtime boyfriend, and everybody knows like when are you going to get married, and she wants to get married and have kids. So
Oh,
I think that's going to happen, and I think this tour was so when people say in 2026, where's Taylor Swift? She can say, I played 70,000 people a night for 6 months, and I gave you guys 3 hours plus every night. So that I think is the future for that. And it makes, I think if it ever leaked out, it would cause demand to be even more insane. But I mean, Allegiant Stadium was so loud. The people, the energy in there. I mean, our friend Andrew from Sahara Bets was there the same night that I was there. We were texting during the show. And I mean, the energy was unlike anything I've been around. Now, that could be because you're talking about a lot of girls screaming at the top of their lungs. I've never been
yep,
to a lot of concerts like that,
yep.
but I've been to football games and basketball games, and that was as loud of a place as I've ever heard it when it was at full throat. It
Well, the
was
roof keeps everything
that
down too.
right? Yeah. I looked up and I was like,
That's
man, stadium's supposed to
that's
have a aren't supposed to have a roof. And this has a
yeah,
roof on it. And
yeah,
it's just like she stopped in the middle of the concert and actually like had to like go take a breath because she was like, what is going on right now? You
yeah,
guys are so loud. This is nuts. So
yeah.
that was fun. And then we get into Saturday and get into Sunday. And boy, from a book perspective, let's just start it with this. We know that the networks are literally pouring large glasses of alcohol and taking shots today, going, what is going to happen this weekend because of the teams in the Final Four. But when you have 2 5 seeds, a 4 seed, and a 9 seed playing for the national
2
championship, where the
fives, a 4, and a 9. Okay.
and the odds ranged anywhere from like 200 to 1 to 7 or 800 or 900 to 1 on them
Mhm,
to win the national championship.
mhm.
What's the mood in the room today?
Oh, the mood in the room today is like relief, like
It
it's done.
is,
It's just well, yeah, it's over. It's just there's nothing left. There's 2 basketball games Saturday and 1 on Monday,
right?
and it's
They're not
it
worried about the long shot tickets coming in.
no, actually, I was, just maybe 1 or 2, like, but, like I told you I texted with Maddie from WinBet. They had 1 bet on Florida Atlantic for $10.
Wow.
Like, Purdom wrote an article today. You guys can go find it. Purdom put it out. They had 1 bet. It said WinBet had 1 bet on Florida Atlantic. I was like, "Wow, there you go." And that's why he's sweating Connecticut because, like he said, on top of everything else, the Bruins win every fucking night.
Right.
The Celtics win every game by 40. The only good team in Connecticut is going to win the whole damn thing.
Most likely.
Welcome to
Right.
sports betting, Massachusetts. Thank you. Like, all the teams are good. You just all the local
Enjoy it.
bookies are like, "Hey, guys, go bet it at the legal
Right.
joints." You don't need to bet it with me. Bet all
Stay
this shit
away.
up there. It's
Right.
great.
Do that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we'll get in all the games, but just real quick, there's one bit of NFL breaking news just to get out of the way at the top. What?
So I just looked down at the chat and they said, as good as your night was Friday night, was there any how was the girl that the what was Maddie's friend's name that you were meeting there? Did you meet up
Natalie.
with her? Natalie,
Natalie.
did you meet up
Yes.
with the mom?
Yes.
How'd it go?
Fine. I think she's married. I didn't ask.
Oh, 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 oh,
I,
oh,
I,
okay. All
I
right.
have
No, no,
no
no. We ain't
idea.
trying to get no.
No,
All
no, no,
right,
no.
no. The
I don't.
boys all want
I
to know
don't.
was there any title shots? I
No,
said he
no,
wasn't
no.
even in the ring.
I wasn't in
Wasn't
the
even in
ring.
the ring.
I told you I wasn't even interested in that. Was not why I was going. And frankly, the average age was such an interesting look because there were people. I mean, Emma.
All over the place.
I saw Emma Watson. I
Yeah.
mean, like in life, I saw Hermione. I walked past. I was like, who the hell was that? And I was like, Madeline, who's that? And she was like, I don't know. And because she was wearing all black and she was like pushed in the back in this like private area that they had this like tent set up on the floor, which was really weird. And like after the show was over that night before I went to bed, I was scrolling through Instagram and I was like, there was a picture of her. I was like, that was Emma Watson. It's like, holy crap. So it was just a crazy. There were 50-year-olds there. There were 5-year-olds there. It was a whole range of people. I mean, obviously, probably.
But the parking situation worked out okay.
I didn't
All
get
that
charged.
anxiety that you
Gone,
had on Friday
gone.
everything went smooth,
If I had tried to go out to dinner, it would have been a disaster.
which we advised you
You
against
did. You and Farra
before,
talked me
and
out
it
of it.
worked out
You
okay.
guys gave me the
That
advice
was
of like,
good.
don't do it. And it was right because by the time we got our hair cut and by the time we got dressed, it was like 4:30.
Way too much rushing. That would have been way too much rushing.
Yeah, we would have been running around trying to figure things out, and it would have been like even Madeline was like, "Thank God we didn't go to dinner." I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "That would have been awful," because she really sucked as much of it up as she could. Like she walked around, she was taking pictures with people,
Right.
she was introducing
Yes.
herself to
Yes.
people.
Awesome.
Like she was so into the whole thing. She thought it was such an interesting vibe. And then, like, when she walked in, she started to have an anxiety attack. Like, right when she walked in, she went, "Whoa, this is a lot of people."
Oh,
Like,
yeah, it is a lot of people.
well, it's funny because I broke her into Allegiant Stadium by going to 2 Patriots and Raider games just so she could get an idea of what it's like. But I will agree with her. When you're on the floor and you're looking up around you, it's a whole different. I mean, it's incredible that these athletes play consistently in front of that many people. And
Especially when you can't hear a damn thing
yeah, it really is. You get a whole new perspective for
of
what it
everything.
yeah, of everything. When you're on that field and you're looking around and you're looking up and you're like, "Man alive." Like these people become like little ants, but they're so far away, but they're so loud. Like everything's coming, all the sound is pouring down on you. You do have a whole new respect for what NFL players or what college
Oh,
or NBA players go through when you're on a surface like that. And
yeah.
it's so she freaked out a bit, but then she calmed down. It was good. Once we saw Natalie and her mom, it was great to kind of we saw them a little bit, hung up with them for a while, had lunch or dinner with them up at the concession stand,
Oh,
and
perfect. There you
yep,
go.
and then went down, and we had an hour to kill because the first act Madeline didn't care about, and this
Right.
super nice woman was making friendship bracelets, and
Oh,
so she said, "Maddie, do you want to make one?" So Madeline sat there for an hour making friendship bracelets, making little bead bracelets, and it was like that was perfect because then by the time she was bored of that, Taylor started, and it was just like you know, crazy epic.
perfect.
Yeah, the only thing I would say if you're going
Did you get the woman making a friend bracelets phone number or anything? Email? Was
no.
there any no? Oh, no.
No, no,
Okay.
no,
All right.
no, no. No, I told you it wasn't there for that. It was there for my
Things
daughter.
happen. I'm just
Yes.
asking. The boys
Yeah,
in the
no.
chat are very concerned if you've got
Yes.
any title shots or any opportunities to get in the ring. That's all.
Not there. I have
Okay.
opportunities if I
All right.
want them. I choose to stay.
Good
I'm on
idea.
I'm
Good
on the
idea.
sidelines for a
See,
while.
this is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm on the
We're in
sideline.
training right now. Leave them alone. All
I'm
these
like,
guys want to put
I
their
would say,
back
I
in the
mean,
ring.
I don't need to train. I'm good.
No,
I
I understand. I'm just saying we're not booking any
yeah,
fights yet. We got
yeah.
things we've got to take care of first.
Yeah,
We'll be fine.
there's more important things at the moment. Somebody
Right.
literally asked me that, being like, "So when are you going to start dating?" And I was like, "I don't
When it's
know, but
time. That's the
I
answer.
have no interest in it. It's really weird. Like I don't
Too
know how you
much going
guys
on.
who have been
Yeah.
divorced, I don't know how you guys handle it or when you decided to go back into
Oh,
dating, but like the idea of going and talking to a stranger right now and like spending a lot of time with a stranger right now as I have just not a lot of interest in the whole starting that relationship thing up again. So at some point I will,
of
but
course.
at the moment, I'm
It
just
ain't time right
no.
now. There's 2 ways that this usually goes, and I only know because I got 2 brothers that did it, and I got a zillion friends that did it. I told you I was the best man 7 times in a wedding. 6 are divorced, and the 7th is going through it right now. So I'm 0
So
for 7
so
being the
it's your
best man.
fault.
It's my fucking fault, no question. I'll take the blame. But when they get divorced, they go 2 ways. They go right into the ring
Crazy.
with
Yeah.
whomever, all
Right.
weight classes, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The lightweights, heavyweights, and every weight in between, they're
Right.
just looking to get in the ring.
Right.
And other guys go like to become a monk
Which is
and
me.
just go figure out
Yeah.
where I'm supposed to be in my life. I'm going to sit in a mountain and I'm going to think and I'm going to talk and I'm going to be with other people and
Right.
figure out my life. And then I'll bring someone back in. But otherwise, right now, I got to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
It's one of 2 ways. That's it.
Yeah. I'm option B on that. So, all right, Lamar Jackson this morning on Twitter requested
What's he doing?
a trade
What's he
publicly.
doing, Perrault? What is
He
he
wants
doing?
out. I mean, he's using all he can do, which is public pressure. The NFLPA got in trouble because Lamar was using a liaison to talk to teams, and the NFL was really hard, came down on him and the PA and said, "Stop this. You cannot. The only person that can represent Lamar is Lamar because he doesn't have an agent.
So you can't have a liaison, but you can have an agent.
If he's registered with the NFL and the NFLPA. Yeah. They just don't want
Oh,
charlatans. The idea is I get why they do it because they don't want some guy from the neighborhood going ahead and saying, "Hey, I'm repping Lamar, talk to me." Remember the scene from Good Will Hunting where
yeah.
Ben Affleck is walking in saying, "Retainer." Remember that scene? That's what they're trying to prevent that exact thing from happening, right? You suspect. You suspect. He takes the money. Okay. That I Oh, the movie's so good. But that's
Sometimes, though, a guy from the neighborhood is what you need.
okay. I'm not debating that point, but he has to go through the vetting process to become an agent if he wants to be
Yeah, but
Lamar's
then they
agent.
won't let the guy from the neighborhood become part of that.
Okay. Just saying that's why the NFL said that. So now I think Lamar is frustrated to the point where he's now going to fight the only way he really can, which is to go public and get the Raven fans to freak out
Right?
because they're freaking out on where Lamar Jackson is going to wind up. How do you trade him? Like, how do you trade Lamar Jackson?
What do you mean? You call someone up and say,
I
"What
know,
do you
but like
want?"
you're the team that traded a former MVP in his prime.
Everybody is replaceable.
They are, but it's
You trade him. Bye
where
bye.
where is he? Does he move numbers in your mind?
I think the numbers are done with him not coming back. Irizarry Moose asked me that this morning. Like, what do you think? I said, if I'm sitting in a room
Mhm.
right now, I'm anticipating him not coming back. That's what
Okay.
my numbers say now.
But not where he goes.
I mean, if he go, where's he gonna go?
So he
Like
goes to
that.
the Patriots.
I mean, him on the Patriots would is Bill calling the plays?
No.
Oh, no,
Not a
Bill
Bill
O'Brien is
O'Brien is. Yeah.
or
Bill O'Brien is. Yep.
ooh, that's very like you would say, interesting.
The Colts are
Oh,
the odds-on favorite offshore right now to land him. Patriots are the second option, which I was stunned about. But
why?
that because I thought Mac was going to be the guy. That's why they hired Bill
They're not
O'Brien.
sure if Mac's the guy.
100% because this morning, talking to the Boston Globe, an audio that came out this morning from Bill Belichick's meeting at the NFL owners meeting, he was typical Belichick, but there was a pause that was like, whoa, that's pregnant. It was basically one of the beat writers from the Globe asked
Did
him,
you
said,
say, "Whoa, that's pregnant"?
yeah, it was a pregnant pause. It was, you've heard of pregnant pause before, right?
What the hell does that mean?
Pregnant pause means there's something growing inside that pause. There's something there. Okay.
Oh,
And the baby might get delivered, and that baby might be Lamar. Because if you look at the way or listen to the way that Bill answered, the question was going into camp, is this a two-horse race between Bailey Zappi and Mac Jones, or is Mac Jones the starter from day one? And Bill took like 5 beats before he said, well, it's everyone's competing for jobs. That's what we do in camp. Like it's almost like he wanted to think, how do I want to phrase this? Because what happens if it's not, if you're asking the wrong question? What happens if it's not
he
either one of
wasn't
those guys?
worried about what he was gonna say because of the reporter. He was worried as the coach, when you're talking to the
Mhm.
press, you have to be aware that your guys are going to watch this.
Of course.
He can't say the truth,
He
right?
never
That's why
says the
he's
truth.
so coy. What's he
He
gonna
never says.
say?
Well, he could answer the question quickly. I think it's not the words he says. I always look at for the way Bill says, not what Bill says. Like I want to know the tone. I want to know the way he's delivering the answer. Those are the things I'm looking for. Because what he says is gobbledygook. It's just nonsense. Like Bill Belichick never says anything with value
Hold
at
on,
all.
stop. Say gobbledygook again, please.
Gobbledygook.
Okay.
It's just
That
all a
was
bunch of nonsense.
just in case Mikey Awesome needs something to go off of.
Yeah,
We got a second clip for him
there you
you
go.
to say gobbledygook.
Yeah, it's just nothing. It's just a
Gobbledygook?
bunch of
Gobbledygook.
garbage. So how he says it
T
is
Rash. Actually, yes. It's all T-rash,
Yes.
trash.
So
Yes.
Lamar, I don't know if the Ravens would actually trade him inside the conference. It would make more sense, I think, to put him on the West Coast. But if you're the 49ers, how do you not make a play for Lamar Jackson?
Hmm.
I mean, how do you not say, look, we like Brock Purdy. Brock's got an injury.
Hmm.
Okay. We don't know what's going to happen with Brock Purdy. Trey Lance is obviously not the guy we thought we were drafting at 3. If they could figure out a way to move, either give up McCaffrey or give up somebody, give up a defensive player because they got 1,000 first-round pick players
Wait a
on that
second. You
defensive
want him
line.
to trade McCaffrey already?
Well, I'm just saying you have to give up something of value to get Lamar Jackson. You aren't going to, I mean, draft picks aren't going to get it done. You need players. You need to have to give somebody a team that they can build around immediately. And McCaffrey is the type of player that I think would make the Ravens go, oh, okay, maybe.
It's
Money,
very
obviously,
intriguing.
how it goes.
I mean, the Niners are already, what, 2nd or 3rd odds on favorite, but,
Yeah.
getting a guy like Lamar who, when healthy, could take care of the ball and keep them,
I just think if I'm
on
the
the field.
Ravens,
Oh, man, that's
I'm
pretty
I'm
appealing.
doing the Patriot thing, right? I'm doing the Red Sox thing. I'm trading him as
Why is
far
everything so New England focused on this
because what the
show? The
Patriot
Boston thing, the
because look at
Patriot
the
thing, the
look what
Red
the
Sox
Red
thing.
Sox
What?
do. Look what the Red Sox did. Where did Mookie Betts go?
LA?
Okay, get him out. Get him out. Get
Oh,
him out.
ship
Get him
them
out.
gone.
Yeah, get him out. Get him on the other coast in a different conference. Get him as far away from us as you can actually get this person. Jimmy Garoppolo, same thing. You know, they sent Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers. Get him as far away from us as you can. I don't want to see this guy on my news. I don't want to see my fan base talking about him. Goodbye. So you send Lamar to the West
I mean, you're
Coast.
sending them to Indianapolis. It ain't like you're sending them to New York or LA. I mean, who gives a
No,
shit?
but if you do to the Indianapolis Colts, you could see him in your conference. Lamar Jackson could beat you in the playoffs one day. He goes to the 49ers. You're only seeing
Hasn't
him
he
in
already done that to the Patriots?
who? No, the
Lamar?
Ravens. We're talking about the Ravens.
Yeah, hasn't he already beaten the Patriots?
He has, but I'm talking about the
I ain't
Ravens,
worried
though.
about
He
that.
has beaten the Ravens. We're talking about you don't want to send a guy who could haunt you. You want to send him to a different conference where the only place you see him is the Super Bowl, which is you'll
As
deal with
long
that
as he
then.
ain't in the division, I think it ain't that big of a deal. I mean, you're
Oh,
right. They'd rather send him to the other conference, but, you know, I mean, him on the Colts, the Ravens aren't worried about the Colts, are they?
I
Ravens are
mean, they
worried
could
about the
be.
Bengals and the Steelers and the Browns first and foremost.
Wait, you got to remember something. The Ravens used to be the Colts. I mean, you're sending
Yeah.
him. Raven fans. That's a sensitive topic to put him on. To choose to put him on Indianapolis. That's yeah. Like I don't know.
I don't know. I
I
mean, if
think
you're the
there's some stuff there.
ownership group and stuff, you're probably like, "Yes, go ahead. We'll send them to the Colts. You wanna go to the Colts? We'll go to the Colts." You know? I don't
Well,
know.
they win that division. Lamar Jackson goes to the Colts.
That makes them the favorite if they're not already. They are. They are the favorite right now, aren't they? I haven't looked. Colts gotta be the favorite in that division.
Jacksonville might be, but
Look at that face you're frozen on right now.
oh,
You look did you see that? Oh my god. That was amazing.
come on.
Snap your fingers. Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, we're back.
Alright.
Yeah. So on that, that's our only football conversation today, but it's just interesting to take a look at this. So we talked about the long shots in the Final Four with the books not getting hit hard. So let's go to Creighton's loss. Look, I'm not going to flip out today. If we were on the air
Hold
yesterday,
on. Where's the glasses? Oh boy, I'm gonna need these.
if we were on the air yesterday, I would have had my flip out and I would have said a lot of things probably I would have regretted.
I wanted to do the,
Nah, I would
Twitter
have said no.
Spaces
I would have said
during the
no.
game. You
I would
were
have said no.
completely incapable of doing
Yeah, I
that.
would have said no. I was too mad. I was on Twitter ranting and raving. It would have been horrible to have audio attached to it.
Yeah, it would have
But
been bad.
Jay Wright said it, and I calmed down. As soon as Jay Wright said the quiet part out loud, I went, okay, now I'm all right. He said it because Clark Kellogg lost his fucking mind when Jay Wright said it. And it was almost like somebody in Clark Kellogg's ear said, oh, you better go protect somebody right now on this. Because Jay Wright said, well, the reason why guys are making that call is because if they don't make that call, they're not working next weekend at the Final Four. And they all want to work next weekend at the Final Four. They were given a regional final. So they're in running to ref the Final Four, which is obviously big money and big prestige on the resume. So they make that call because they know if they don't, they're not working next weekend. And I was like, oh, There he goes. He said the quiet part out loud. He just said it. Fuck
Damned if
integrity
you
fees.
do and damned if you don't. If you don't call the foul and San Diego State loses the game in overtime,
Yep.
then it's they're bitching. You call the foul and he makes the free throws and Creighton's bitching. It's a tough spot. I mean, it
It
was
isn't.
a
No,
foul.
it's not a tough spot at all. Just call the game consistently. It's not tough at all to me. Just call the game right. Call the game the way the game's supposed to be called. And then there's no bitching. There's no if that was a foul,
Call every foul.
if Ryan Nemhardt's hand on a hip is a foul, which
Apparently, the word that we're supposed to be using is dislodged.
okay, if he
Was the
dislodged the
shooter
shooters, okay,
dislodged? I
sure.
heard that yesterday for the first time. I'm 52. I never heard
It's a ref
dislodged
term. I've
in
heard it.
my
Yeah.
life.
It's a ref term. It's the actual book definition of what happens to a shooter. But if you're going to call it, the Creighton Blue Jay fans have put together a very interesting Zapruder film type of situation with
Uh-oh.
what the hand checking was for San Diego State. The hand
Hand check.
checking
It
was
was like it was a football game.
correct. Yep. So when Ryan Nemhardt's trying to dribble, and the same guy who Ryan Nemhardt fouled, whose name I'm forgetting, I apologize, but that kid was all up in Nemhardt's grill the entire game, grabbing, pulling, hitting him while he's going to shoot, smacking him. They hit him so hard on the arm, he lost feeling in his right hand because they hit him. He had a nerve that went numb when he got slapped down on. Did they call that? No. Nemhardt couldn't feel when he blew the layup late in the game, couldn't feel his hand. So he couldn't feel the ball. So he couldn't put it where it needed to be put. He blew a wide open layup.
You ever play in a pickup game where you play with a guy like that who just slaps the shit out of you? Like,
Yeah, you
actually,
hate
like,
it.
it hurts like a mother. Like, you wanna
Yeah.
I used to wanna fight instantaneously,
Yeah.
be holding the ball, and he'd slap you, and they'd make, "Oh, I got ball. You broke my fucking hand too."
Right. Yeah, my wrist too. Right.
What are you talking about? I used to
So
hate that, but
so
guys,
that's
in the
why.
chat right now, put foul or no foul right now.
No, that's not the right question though.
No, foul or no. I just want first we're gonna do this,
Because I
foul or
would
no
I would
foul.
I would vote foul. It
That's what
was a
you should
foul,
vote. That's what you should vote. You should
but you
vote foul.
don't call it. You don't call it there if you aren't calling it. I've said this for years. A foul in the first quarter is a foul in the fourth quarter. It shouldn't matter when the foul happens. But if you're not going to call it in the first quarter, you can't fucking call it in the fourth quarter. You can't do that. So the question shouldn't be whether or not it was or was not a foul. That's not the question that needs to be asked. It's should you, could you, or do you make that call when you haven't made that call the entire game? And then you
Right.
decide it with 1 second to go, you end kids' college careers. Kids who aren't going to play college basketball ever again because you got involved as a referee making that call.
Right. So you have to say that the first question I'm in the chat is foul or no foul. Don't qualify it. Just look at it. Forget about time, all this other stuff. Was it a foul? Yes or no? Put foul or no foul. And then we're
Foul.
gonna go through and say call or no call. And we'll see. Because I
Yeah.
think we'll get foul probably
Yeah.
80%. We'll
And
say
don't
it's a
call it.
foul.
And don't call
And
it.
then, we'll get 80% or more, we'll say don't call it. And
Because
it's a
Nemhart,
tough spot. It's a
it's
terrible
not though. It
spot.
really isn't. I get your point. It's a tough spot, but it really isn't a tough spot because if you're a referee and
Wasn't it a tough spot in the Super Bowl?
if
Same
you
thing.
know what you have called all game long and you know you have let these two teams beat the living shit out of each other on national TV and
Right.
you've been fine with what allowing San Diego State to play football, like you said, you don't make a call with 1 second left because a guy got, quote, dislodged on his way to the basket. It was never going.
Dislodged.
Barkley said it right. The shot wasn't going in anyway. It was going to be short regardless. The foul had nothing to do with it. He was short arming it anyway. That ball was not going in. So you let the
So
team decide it in overtime. Let the
so
game
why foul him? Why put yourself in that position if
because
you're
they
having
were always fouling when he would had the ball. It was a foul on every shot.
so because you did it before, it makes it okay?
Yes,
Like, just
yes,
let him
because
go. If you know if you know the shot's not good, don't put your hand on him.
I think it's
Like, don't
nonsense.
put
I no,
yourself in
I,
the
I'm
awkward
sorry.
don't
Hand
put
checking was
yourself in
going on
that spot.
the entire game on both sides. Hand checking was happening. The referees had established that hand checking was okay. That you were
All he has
allowed to
do
hand
is go
check.
like this, shot misses, they can play overtime, and there's another opportunity. Just don't put your hands on him. You can't I mean, the reality of the story is for Creighton is that they should have put that game away with 10 minutes to go.
Fair.
Like that last 10 minutes of that game,
Yeah, they don't
you
have a killer.
texted me, you said it all. Nobody
Yeah.
wants the ball.
No one wants to shoot. Yeah, they don't. They got Baylor
Oh,
Shireman. They got him from South Dakota State because they thought they were getting a killer, and he was to a point, but he wasn't what they needed. They haven't had a. This is a long time name, but they haven't had a killer since P. Allen Stinnett, who lives here in Vegas actually, but P. Allen from Vegas, who was the last true killer I can remember wearing a Creighton Blue Jay uniform. Meaning, he said, "Give me the ball and get out of my way." And it's
right.
not a typical kid that goes to Creighton because they want unselfish players. But in tournament games, like you saw with Noel for Kansas State, you need selfish players. I have the confidence. I'm the best player on the floor. Give me the ball, get out of the way. And that is a very tough spot to be in for a lot of kids who are taught and go to school with Creighton about sharing the ball movement, don't let the ball stick. And in those moments, you need someone to go and score the last 10 points and just go and do a Carmelo Anthony for Syracuse type of run. And they didn't have it. And Shireman put up an air ball with about 4 minutes to go. And that was it. Until he hit that prayer turnover that they basically tried to give the game away
Right, right,
to the
right.
Jays. And frankly, the
Oh,
call should never really factored in because the Jays probably should have been on hitting foul shots and had a 3-point shot. I mean, the game ended in very, very funky fashion. But it sucks that more and more often we're having these conversations about referees inserting themselves in plays where they shouldn't have been inserted.
yeah. I mean, it sucks to get put in that position at the end. Like that's when it gets to that, and yes, that's the result. That's what maybe some focus on. I mean, just watching a game,
Yeah.
dead under, never was in doubt.
First half, though, I mean, that was the one thing that the live in game was 70 and a half for the Jays. And I thought they were going to score 70 on them because I thought the ball movement was so good for the Jays. They had such confidence in the first half, and then halftime hits and big adjustments got made. And I'll give Brian Dutcher the credit for making the right adjustments. And then the Jays' confidence went in the toilet.
Was that okay? So, like, my takeaway was the adjustments were made. The adjustments continue to get made for San Diego State, right? They've looked dead a few times, and they've been able to find a way to come back, slow stuff down, whatever, make the game, you know, basically a football game on that floor.
Yep.
Like the physicality is they rebound though, like like they are looking to rip out the food, like that's food, and they're going to get it to eat their only next meal. I mean, they are
Yeah.
rebounding like
The o
passionate. Oh
the
man,
offensive boards, if you wanna say why did the Jays lose, they lost because their defensive rebounding was lackluster.
was what just wasn't there. It
Yep.
wasn't enough.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep, I
and
agreed.
I hate to say somebody wanted it more,
No, no,
but
no,
you
they
know,
just
that's
they
the
they were more physically they were more intimidating, and they were stronger. I mean, people have called Creighton soft for a long time, and I don't fight it. I think that it's right. I mean, they just people call them dogs. Jays don't have dogs. They haven't had dogs. They got kids who are really good at basketball, but they don't have dogs.
right,
And there are a bunch of dogs on that San Diego State team that will go after it and really hunt and really want the basketball more and give up their body. And they aren't skilled. They're just football players.
right,
Like they're just guys who are going to run through you and they don't really care about contact. Like they play a different type of sport on the same court, than you are playing. So, I mean, Kalkbrenner is unbelievable, but Kalkbrenner is a toothpick. I mean, he's thin as can be. He's not going to push anybody around. So it's an unbelievable year. They won, they went to the Elite Eight. It was fine. I made a good amount of money coming back because I had the Creighton ticket for 25 units,
mhm,
30 units. I had two of them. So I hedged back dramatically. I made money on the ticket, which this whole weekend was like hedge fest for me based on the tickets. I played this tournament as well as I've ever had in terms of, I didn't hit big positions. I just had everything. I had numbers to work off of all weekend long. And it was super exciting because I didn't have to sweat really anything. Like I was mad about the Jays losing just to lose.
right.
I made money on the game, betting San Diego State and taking them on the money line for a bunch of units. So, the second game, Miami beating Texas yesterday. I mean, Miami, Jim Larinaga he's going into the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame coach now for sure. There was a little
Mhm.
bit of a question, but he's a Hall of Fame coach. George Mason in Miami to the Final Four. It's pretty impressive, man. Like,
17 years apart.
right on top of that, yeah,
He's 73
he is.
talking to kids, and they believe his shit and think he's cool.
Yeah,
I wanna be him.
right.
I just wanna be him. I wanna be 73. I think by then, maybe I'll have a grandchild, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'll still be coaching. Hopefully, I will. But
Right.
either way, I want to be able to have a conversation with a 20-year-old kid and them go, "Yeah, he's okay. He's a good dude, and he knows his shit. Like he listens. I love it. I can't believe that Texas had that game by double digits,
Running away in the first half.
and I mean, even into the second half, there were 15 minutes left in the game, maybe about the 12th timeout. Miami's dead. They're down 12. It's over. And then they got it to 10, 8, back to 10, 8, 10. And I was texting back and forth with Gumpy, and he said he said it's got to be over, right? So we got to get it got to get it to 6. Once you get it to 6, you got a shot. And
Yep.
they did. And there was no looking back. I was so impressed. Again, they've been dogs every game
It sucks
except
because
the first.
it opens up the door for Terry to get fired at
No, it
Texas.
does not. They
Always
gotta
does.
give this guy the what do you mean? They gotta give him the deal. No, they're gonna
Mm,
bring in somebody. They're gonna bring in Calipari
somebody, I
or
mean,
somebody big name?
they're gonna swing for the fences. Yeah. If he had gone to the Final Four, he could not have. It was it. It was his job. The way they lost, the power ups, the higher ups, if they wanted to get him out, now have the excuse to get him out. Sucks, but they have it.
You gotta be careful what you wish for in those situations. If
Agreed.
you have somebody there that's earned the respect of every person in the building, has quietly just taken, you know, the spot
Mm,
next to the guy for
mm.
all these years, right? He's been there forever, they said. The kids listen. If you bring over half the kids back, who you gonna get that's better than that guy?
We
And you
don't
better
know,
give
but
him a
chances
boat.
are that that's the problem with college basketball. The roster overturn is so high that, most of those kids won't be back, regardless of who ends up coaching the team.
Yeah, I saw him in the post game. Um, that one soundbite where he got choked up talking
Yeah.
about, because you know how much work you put into it. And I mean,
Well, the year. I mean, they
that's
thought Chris Beard was going to be the coach and he gets
well, that's what I
fired.
mean. Like
Oh,
literally, he goes to sleep one night. He's still the assistant. Chris Beard is the coach. He wakes up in the morning and they say, we ain't bringing this guy back. Here you
it's your job.
go.
It's your
It's
job.
right.
Right.
We're only favored to win the conference and everything, and with national title shot. Good luck.
Right.
Oh, okay. So, and he does the job that he did. So when he's talking about, being emotional and like talking about, I said the same things to my kids that I coach. I'm like, listen, I'm coaching you for life. Like we're running these seasons together and practices and all this other stuff. But, I hope you invite me to your wedding. I hope you invite me to, your well, I mean, I tell them all the time, I don't need no baby showers or anything like this anytime soon. But like,
Right.
if you need a ride from the airport, just text me. Like if you
Right.
need you ever get in trouble, you can text me. We're coaching for life. When he said that, I was like, man, I hope this guy gets the job. But you don't think he will, huh?
No, I think Texas will go.
Shit.
It's Texas. Remember, this is just what they do. That they have a ton of money and they think they can buy anybody. And if Calipari wants to leave now, Stuckey and all of our friends in Kentucky are saying no way because of the recruiting class he has coming in. He's not going to go anywhere. But I don't know. I mean, Dana Altman could go there from Oregon. Like, there's going to be some big name coaches available that may be looking around to go somewhere else that may want Texas. Is, as Shaka Smart showed, just because you're a good coach doesn't mean you're going to win at Texas. And he went to Marquette, had a phenomenal year at Marquette, and now he's building something really special at a program that he should be
It's
at.
hard.
It's hard to. I mean, look,
It's
it's a
hard
lot
to
of
win
money,
anywhere, Perrault, is it not?
but
Like,
Texas is a different animal because of the size of the school and the expectations are sky high. Like, Final Four is the expectation. National championship is the expectation.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Because they've done it so many times?
Well, I mean, Kevin Durant and whatnot, they've done it. I mean, they've had
They've
tremendous.
won. When have they won a basketball championship?
Ooh, national. I don't know if they have.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Okay. So that's what I mean. Like maybe they should temper their expectations. They sound like Nebraska football fans, like they're still living in the Tom Osborne
According
era.
to Tyler, Bruce Pearl was contacted per his daughter for
To go
Texas.
coach at Texas.
He'd work there. Yep.
I mean,
You need
take the
that.
bag.
You need that. You need that type of guy at Texas. He works at Texas. I think Bruce Pearl would work at Texas, and you get away from Alabama. Get away from that. Yeah. Bruce Pearl works at Texas. Especially Bruce Pearl in the NIL era is so dangerous because he did so many things under the table for so long that now you let him do these deals above board. He can't get in trouble for it. Uh-oh. That guy with a backing of Texas would do some damage. He'd pull some
Swear.
high level people. I don't think he's getting the job.
We gotta get an NIL deal. I want an NIL deal. Or I'll
So
help someone get an NIL deal.
right.
These discussions are great.
Agents, 10%.
Just so
You
you know,
yeah.
Joel Embiid's not playing tonight. So
Where
just
where'd the number go?
I don't know. Let me see. Breaking news. Like we didn't know that wasn't gonna happen.
How about Harden?
Oh, 7.5. Thanks for coming.
Hey, there's my CLV. Watch me lose that bet.
Oh,
That'll
God.
be fun.
You got 5 or 5.5?
5.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna lose that bet. UConn annihilated Gonzaga. I think the most,
Texas is last in the Final Four in 2003. Thanks for coming.
but I know that, but national championship was when?
I think we're still looking for the first.
Okay. I don't think they have one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I mean, they've had success.
So you're gonna go get Bruce Pearl. You think you're gonna win a national championship?
You could. Yeah, you could.
I'd
There's
leave
no
this
reason
guy
that
coach.
arena, they have a brand new arena. They have a diehard fan base.
Yeah.
Tough conference. You're going to be battle tested in the Big 12. Now going into the SEC. Oh, so he wouldn't get away from Alabama, but he just geographically would he'd get away from Alabama. Just I guess, but not actually scheduling wise. Huh? He'd play Auburn too. That would be fun. Bruce Pearl's return to Auburn would be pretty warm and fuzzy if he winds up going to Texas.
He ain't going to Texas. He's
I could
using
see it.
them. I don't know. I think he's using them to get some more money out of Auburn.
Auburn doesn't have much money for basketball. They don't want to
No?
spend. No, they don't want to spend money on basketball. They want to spend money on football. They haven't won. They
Ask
haven't
him
won in football
how's that
for
work
what?
out for Bama.
What?
They got a better shot at being good at basketball than they do football. Their
Who?
football's a
Auburn?
mess. Auburn.
Their basketball's hasn't been great either. I mean,
I know, but
it's
they got a coach who wants to be
right,
there and will
right.
stay and will bring in people however means necessary.
No money in it. There's no money in it. I'm telling you right now, there's no money in it. It's not there. There's no money in it. I mean, it's a nice like also ran like Alabama fans just this year started to go like, oh,
Wow.
we're pretty good. Like it's just
Hey, we have a basketball
yeah,
team.
I'm not kidding. That's not crazy. That's not that nuts.
Listen to this stat. This is
Yep.
from Floodhouse. This
Okay.
is why you guys, if you like the show and you have the time to listen or watch live, specifically watch because you can see the chat. With so many guys in here and girls, thank you for coming that contribute to the show. Floodhouse just came in with this outstanding tidbit.
Okay.
Texas ranks 6th amongst all Division One men's basketball programs for total NCAA tournament games won without having won the national championship.
There we go.
35 games they've won in the NCAA tournament, which is 6th best all time
Without cutting down the nets.
without cutting down the nets.
Speaking of cutting down the nets, UConn going to do it?
I mean, I'm wearing the Whalers. You'd be smirched. Well, not really. I mean, you kind of tell the truth about Connecticut. I've never been there, only driven through.
Everyone
And apparently I'm not in a hurry to go. Actually,
Everyone
now.
just drives through. That's just the whole. When you live in, you talk to Katie Mox, you understand what she says. Just live there because I have to. Like,
She did say that. That's a direct quote. So, Katie, if you're watching the show, hello, Katie. But she
nobody
did say
actually
that.
wants to live there. They just have to. Like, they're required to for some other reason than I want to.
We need Mox back on the show. We have to reach out to her and say hi. Are they gonna do it? I mean, the odds would tell you yes, right? Around town, they're either -110, -120. Outside of town here, they're as high as 135. They're 5.5 point favorites against Miami. How could they possibly lose? They beat every opponent by 15 points or more.
Mm.
They're rolling. Well, it's a done deal that they're in the final. And then how is either San Diego State or Florida Atlantic going to beat the almighty UConn?
It's not almighty. It's just that they have two things going for them with their two twin towers that nobody can match. Like only
And
Only Big East teams can match it. San Diego State can give them a game, okay? 100% San Diego. If it's UConn, San Diego State for the national championship, it's going to be a war. Dead under, like you said, with Creighton. It's a dead under game.
God,
But it's not going to be pretty basketball. But San Diego State will have a chance. They will be in the conversation. But I'm if UConn is not cutting down the nets, I will be stunned. It'll be a world-class choke by Hurley and company if they don't win this.
whoa.
This is set up to me. They have the best team. They're the hottest team. They're the healthiest team, and they're a matchup nightmare for the other three teams left. How is Miami's going to?
I think Miami's live to win the game.
I don't think so. I disagree with you. I don't think they are.
We're going to talk about this shit all week.
They're going to be fun. Okay, because no one wants to talk about SDSU and FAU. So yes,
we will. That's not true.
No, what?
Aztecs Owls. That's a hell of a matchup.
It is. Dead under. Dead under. Right, dead under. 55-52 final. That game is going to be brutal.
No one even scores 60, you're saying?
I don't look, this is where I do subscribe to the first half under train. First half under both games. They're going to play in a football stadium with an elevated court. Sight lines are awful for shooting. Awful for shooting. And these teams don't shoot well anyway. And they just want to body you up and they want to slow it down. I mean, it's like, I don't know if 50 points get scored in the FAU game in the first half.
Oh my goodness.
And I can't wait to see what the numbers are going to be for the books. They're going to put up like 61 for the first half total.
Total's 131. So the first half would be 65 if it was half, but it can't be that. Could it be 59.5?
It could be. I wouldn't be stunned.
60.5. We still got it.
Okay. Wow, they already put it
60.5.
They already put it up. I didn't think they put it up that fast. Okay, they already had the first half. Wow, first half total. Yeah, 61. Sure. It probably would close 59.5.
I'd have put up 59.5 and dared you to bet me over.
Yeah. Go ahead. So, because their opponent is Florida Atlantic. 9 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed, 5 seed. There's your final four. More on that in a second.
9 seed, 4
seed. No, 9 seed, 5, 5, 4.
9, 5, 5, 4. That's 14 and 9, 23.
Whew,
that's a high number for numbers the seeds in the Final Four.
That's a cool bet. That's a cool bet. Have you ever made that bet?
I used to make that number.
Oh, I love that. That's fun. Yeah, that's a cool bet. I didn't do this.
You know what it was this year?
What?
12.5.
Oh, blew over that. Way over that.
I think it was 12.5.
Yeah, look, Florida Atlantic's a really fun team. They're just scrappy and they're finding ways to win. I don't really enjoy watching them play, to be quite honest. I would much rather K-State be in this thing because I thought K-State versus UConn could have been a ball of a game for the title.
You're saying that Miami, UConn is not?
It's a semifinal game. It would have been the final game would have been K-State, UConn. K-State, Miami would have been fun too.
Put K-State in the final if they just won on Friday?
If they beat Florida Atlantic, I think that they would have beaten. Because it's a very similar type of team. They would have beaten San Diego State if they had beaten FAU.
Really?
They lost. Yeah, they lost to FAU for the same reason when they could have lost San Diego State, which is because they, like Creighton, I'm saying it the entire tournament. Defense and physicality this year is winning out.
Doesn't that win out every year?
No, you can outscore people. You can just be the better athlete. You can run up and down the court and fuck defense and just go dunk on people. But this is not that tournament. This is. I'm going to give our guy Kessler. I tweeted at him over the weekend, but he was 100% correct.
Do you believe he took 4 shots like deep shots. It's a shame that he didn't hit one
Right.
in the Final Four. I mean, we sat with him that night, and he said I shamed him into making 4 plays. I didn't shame him into doing it. We talked it out,
You
and he
talked
was
him
like,
into it.
"Everybody sucks."
He said out loud, everyone sucks, and he's right. He's 100% right.
Yeah,
There hasn't been a good, dominant, really high, without warts or problems team in this entire tournament.
yeah. San
A
Diego
one
State
seed didn't
has
make
had
the Elite Eight
JC
for the
from KC said just came in and said San Diego State has had 12 straight unders. Is that real?
I don't know, it depends on the closing number.
God, 12
Um,
straight unders. I mean, I know
yeah,
it's been good, but, like, how much lower can you make the number? B Hal just sent me a text. I'm with you guys. I already bet under 61.5
yeah.
first half under.
That's the play. I mean, that's the play. San Diego State has hit yes, 12 straight unders.
12 straight unders. That a
And,
boy, JC from KC.
and
Keep
14
pumping them weights and keep sending those stats.
and
Oh, man.
14 and 14 of 14 of 15.
I mean, this
They
is one
haven't
of them ones. Like, how
they've
much
only
do you
had
like?
one game go over at home against UNLV since we hit February. In the last 2 months, they've had one game go over.
I mean, this would be one of them ones that, like, if it was our book, I'd say, boys, let's let's get a skill shot here. Let's try to get a number that actually is already over. Because now they keep betting under,
Right.
we're losing. Unless you keep winning to the under and then put up what everybody else got. But I'd go like this. I mean, look at the market. It's 131.5. Let's trick the bots, put up 130.5 and see what they fucking do with it.
Because
Let's go.
it's not just going under, it's
It's
going and
going way under.
so the totals have been anywhere from as low as 126 to as high as 146. No, sorry, 147 so far over the
Oh, to
last
147 against.
New Mexico. Went under by 3 points, 73-71 final.
Good number.
They've gone under by 9.5, 22, 41, 2.5, 3.5, 9, 19.5, 11, 13, 18, 22, 8, 2.5 against Alabama, and 21.5 against Creighton. That's under the total.
Dear God.
So it's not just going under, it's going double digit under. Like it's not even coming close to getting, and they're putting up numbers 134.5, 137.5, 135, 137. Like anything below 140. I mean, heck, even their first game against College of Charleston, 22 was 142. Game went under by 22 points. I mean, since the tournament started, there's only one game that's even come close to going under. That was the Bama game.
Right. Well,
They're going, close to going over was the Bama game. Everything else has gone way under.
yeah. They're going under. It's a testament to not only the way they play and their inability to shoot, which they really can't shoot very well, but they bring the other team to their level, right? We talk about all the time during football season.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it during the playoffs, at least for hockey and basketball for the NBA. The
Mm-hmm.
team that imposes their will or plays their style of game, regardless of opponent, usually wins more than they lose. That's in any sport. You know, when your pitching's better, you play lower scoring games and you win. When your
Right.
defense is better, you play lower scoring games when you win. When your offense is the best unit on the field and they can't stop you, you play higher scoring games and you usually win. I mean, there's anomalies and there's special efforts, but this is something, I mean, this makes San Diego State dangerous, not just Saturday in the first game. They can win the next game too.
They could. It's impossible. I don't think it's going to happen. But even if they beat FAU, I think they're losing in the title game to either Miami or UConn. But
So the winner of the UConn Miami game is the winner of the tournament. Yeah.
in my opinion, yes, I think the winner of that is your de facto national championship game. Is Miami UConn. It's just athletes. It's just athletes in coaching. Look, Brian Dutcher's a phenomenal coach. I just think at some point when you get to this third level, it just gets to be You have to do everything. You got to play defense. You got to rebound. You got to be very, very good. And right now, UConn and Miami both are playing at a very high elite level.
Look at
Look,
this graphic
look
right
at
here.
this.
Look
How
at this graphic. Look at these
how
teams.
do you feel about this? Legitimately, like when you see this, doesn't this scream a conference tournament or a pre-conference tournament in November?
You know what? That first thing I see is I want hats. Because I don't have none of those. I don't have anything. The second thing is this the Maui shootout or is
Right.
this
That's what I
this
mean.
is
It looks
Final
like a
Four?
November. This looks like a November pre-conference tournament that's played in the Bahamas.
How did
That's
you mix all these schools together?
yeah, like this is just a random like okay, yeah, oh, yeah. So this is who's going? Okay, yeah. So people will want to go watch UConn, okay, and then Miami people can make the trek down. Oh yeah, you have 2 throwaway teams in there. Okay, yeah, FAU and San Diego State. Okay, it's the Final fucking four.
Did you just say throwaway teams?
No, I'm just saying, like you know how
They're a
these
Mountain
conference
West
tournaments,
Conference team. What are you talking about?
you know how these conference tournaments get put together. They get put together based upon you just have to have fillers.
By by sometimes they get put together by who will come.
Right, that too. They're seat fillers, just okay. So we got these 2 blue bloods. We got, Miami and UConn coming in. So we got to find 2 other schools who wants to play. Oh, you 2. Okay.
Right.
FAU and San Diego State. Okay, come on in. Somebody made the case that this would be the all-time greatest vacation spot Final Four if it wasn't for stores, because stores
That's right.
ruins everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of a reason after as much as you've built it up, a reason to even drive through Connecticut.
No
It's not a vacation spot.
vacation spot.
100% not.
It's a
Not.
prison. It's
It's
where you get sent. You get sent as punishment.
this is where you get put up away from.
Yeah. This is punishment. This is how you get sent to Connecticut. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like somebody like you pissed off the wrong person to get sent to that school. Shit. I always give people credit. I'm like, you recruited to Stores, Connecticut? Wow, that's impressive. Behind Orono, Maine, it's the second worst place to go to college. It really is. It ain't fun, man. Nothing to do there. That's just drink and get drunk and go, why the fuck am I in Stores, Connecticut?
Right.
That's it.
San Diego State, Florida
Oh,
Atlantic.
Sit
Florida
that
Atlantic's in Boca.
yeah, I mean, it's
That's
unbelievable
Boca's a
campuses.
nice
San Diego State's
place.
campus is gorgeous, right on the water. Same thing with Boca. And then Miami's in Miami. like hi.
Eh, San Diego State is, I mean, it's there. I don't know if it's gorgeous.
Oh, I think that whole area in San Diego.
Well, that
I drove
area is
through it.
nice and stuff, but I mean, we've been there. We had some kids go and
Mhm.
look at school there, and we've done some things. I mean, like, so I guess it's just like the casinos in Vegas. I see them a little bit differently because when you see the inner workings, but it's a great place. San Diego, awesome. Boca Raton, awesome. Miami, Florida, come on, awesome. Stores, Connecticut, not so much. Not the
Whoops.
best. Yeah,
Sorry, not the best.
not the
Yeah, I would
best.
agree with that.
Not
All
the
right.
best.
So I have been inundated because you're the dink. It doesn't open up his DMs. So I get all the questions.
What
It all
the fuck did you just say? You called me what, a dink? Because I
you know,
didn't open my DMs?
it's a word.
You scroll through them DMs. Are you always excited that yours are open?
No, I'm not always excited. I'm open, but they come to me. Go, hey Matt, I got a ticket. Can you and Dave discuss this, please? Yesterday, I got a Miami ticket. I got an FAU ticket. I got a UConn ticket. How do I do this? How do I do that? I'm like, okay, I can't answer all of you guys. I'm just going to bring it up on the show.
Right.
Wh-
Right.
What is, if you're sitting on a national championship ticket with some real significance,
Yes.
you have to hedge, right?
I mean, unless you like the sweat and you want to be aggravated if you lose. Like, it all depends. So the first question is, one, thank you for DMing Matt and not me because mine. But if you reach out to me on Twitter and say, "Hey, can you DM me?" A lot of times, if I see it and have time, I will. So you can reach
Right.
directly to me. But
Some of
this
these
is a
tickets
good
are
topic for the
are
show.
legit though. It's like $20 to win 1,500.
Right. Now that's listen, 1,500 ain't going to change your life, but that's if you're betting $20, 1,500 gives you life to bet
Yeah.
whatever you want for a long, long time. Not to mention, you should take a nickel and go to a nice dinner or do something
Right.
good with it.
Yeah.
Like you should take something out of it. Now, to have an opportunity to win no matter what, that's what we like. Like we've
Yes.
talked about it on a
Yeah.
show. I mean, we do it every day if we can. Like
Yep.
I'm not looking for that one big score and then
No.
lose all the time. Like if we
Yeah.
can just earn, 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 Now you have an opportunity to earn something significant. When you bet $20 or $10 or something and you win 1,000 or 2,000, 1,500, you owe
It's
it to
great, but
yourself. You have 2
I would
games.
rather I would rather win
You just
500.
did it. You had a
Yeah,
30 to
yes,
1
yes,
Creighton ticket.
yes.
You made $100,
Yeah,
whatever on it.
yeah.
What's wrong with that?
No, it's I doubled my money. Now, you might say, well, you went ahead and you bet $50 on Creighton that would have come back and returned, a lot more than that. And you bet it in October. And so you made double your money after 6 months. I get that point. Okay. I understand at that point that's not that impressive, but that's just to me, as I'm betting every day, I would rather have a chance to play off these tickets that I've invested and made this money in, to be able to play off of it than have one big score and then lose it, to be down $1,000 for the year on betting. And so if I have a chance to limit my risk and I have a chance to take $500 off of a $20 bet, I want to do that every single time. So I hedge. There's not even a question. I'm hedging on all of it. And now, if you have a national championship ticket, you hedge now, right? You hedge in the Final Four?
I mean, you have options. So you can bet the game to leading, the first game. So
Yep.
say you have a Miami ticket, you can go lay UConn on the money line for whatever, if you win $1,000, you lay 120 to win 100 on UConn.
Right.
And or no. So with the money line's 200. So you got to lay 200 to win 100, right? On them to win.
Mhm.
Or you take them to win it all minus 120 or
Mhm.
whatever, and you can hedge it that way. But now the problem with that is it will result in a second bet
Mhm.
because if they win, they still got to win the other game. So now you're going to
Mhm.
have to bet the other side and make another investment. So a lot of times you bet UConn in a game on a money line. If it wins, you take the money, or you can roll that over. Now you're ahead. So you have options. The hard one, I mean, the easy one is when you have the favorite in this spot. You can just take these big plus prices on the other side and lock up profit.
Mhm.
Most of these people have either San Diego State um, or Miami, big tickets to win a dime. So, like, I would bet UConn money line to win 100. If you bet $20, because now if that loses, you're still live. You've only lost instead of you've had 100 and 180 invested or whatever to cut into your dime profit, or you let it ride. I mean, we got Auntie in here in all caps saying never hedge, never hedge, never
Ah,
hedge. There's fucking guys that never hedged. I mean,
I get
that's
it.
fine.
I
Like
get it. It's just not me.
yeah.
I get it. So, like Richard sent, just for instance, okay, Richard sent me a DM and said, I'm looking for you and Dave for your advice on Miami. I have a ticket to win it all at 100 to 1. I put it in back in December for $50. I don't have the biggest bankroll, but I think I'm going to hedge. Do you think I should take UConn at minus 130 to win it all, or just bet against Miami? I appreciate all the things you guys are doing. Love what you do for the brigade. I love you and Dave.
Yeah, we got these fucking geniuses like Tyler, who I love, by the way, going in the chat saying it's minus EV to hedge. And why do sports books offer cash out options?
Well, that's different. That's a whole different
That's
story.
so
Okay.
I was gonna say
It's a
it's a
whole
whole
different
different
story.
thing. Like
The cash
and,
off
and-
options, our friends from Wager Wire will show you that's their whole model right now, is to
right,
show people
exactly.
how the numbers,
Yeah,
you're better off deciding your own odds on a hedge than ever
right.
taking what the book is going to offer you.
Exactly. Like don't like it's like buying insurance a lot of times on the blackjack table. It's not worth it. It's just, you know, but for some people to sleep at night, they do it. I'm talking about from a book's point of view always. My whole thing, my whole life is to take your shots and put your chips all in when you have the best of it, but at the other times is always to reduce risk. I'm always trying to make sure that if I get it where I don't lose nothing and I have the best of it, that's fine. Like,
I had
and you
tickets
got
on.
poker players like Tyler, who again, I'm not taking a shot at you, Tyler. I'm just using you as an example because you like to fucking gamble. Like you like to take shots and you'll be willing to lose whatever you invested,
To
and
win.
that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it. But I love these people that talk about this Tyler bets, so I got no qualm with it. But all these other people are like, "Oh, you should never hedge. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that." You can't tell another person how to make these decisions. It's all personal. So,
I had a Creighton national championship ticket, I had a Texas to win the bracket, and I had a Gonzaga to win the bracket ticket.
right, you would have
He
had 0.
I hedged on all 3. I made money, made profit in all 3 tickets.
I don't
I
know
had
if the
no
term
sweat.
hedge is you bet the other way.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know if
made
that's
sure.
hedging,
Yes, it is. It's
but
hedging. It's hedging a bet. I made a bet. I put money down on one side on plus 350, plus 325, and plus 300 or 301 and or 30, sorry, 30 to 1.
right,
So I sat back and I was like, I've got 30 to 1, I've got 3.5 to 1, I got 3 to 1. And I just made sure that I made a unit and a half. I made a unit and a half, and then I made 4 units. I just went ahead and played off of it, and or
right.
whatever I made on it. But like I went ahead and played off of it because I knew I had those tickets in my back pocket. So it's just for me, it's about risk management. I don't like that feeling that Tyler loves. Tyler wants the chase. I don't need to chase the white rabbit. I want to guarantee money. I want to know I got money coming in. I want to know that I'm going to be profitable because I'm betting every day. So I just want to stack small wins. Look, if I go 2-1 every day, I'm the happiest person on the planet.
If you go 2-1 every day for a year or 2, you're retired.
Right.
That's
That's all I'm trying to do.
66%. Good
I'm betting
night.
with the juice. I'm betting 3 to 4 bets a day, 3 bets a day. If I go 2-1 on the juice every day, I'm happy. I'm good.
Perrault, who's in the business now, and a very smart guy, said this is called arbing. Listen, you can call it whatever you want. Back in the day and on the street, bookies and stuff, we called it earning. You
Mhm.
earn. This is how you earn. So fancy college graduates with statistics degrees call it arbing. Novices and
I
parallelograms
don't know if I
call it,
call hedging
sharps,
arbing.
like, call it, hedging
I
and
think arbing
minus
is
EV and plus EV. Do you make money? That's
yeah,
all you fucking ask.
to me, I think arbing comes down to I think arbing is in-game betting, and you're on both sides plus plus. You go plus 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 plus. That to me is arbing.
You just did it. You
Oh
just
yeah,
did it.
oh
You
yeah,
were
but
on
do yeah,
plus
yeah, yeah.
Creighton and you
Oh
took
yeah.
+2 on the
Well,
other side. You
I
arbed
no
it.
no I took money line. I took plus two. I mean every game. This tournament we talked about it on Friday, but this tournament has been so profitable for in-game betting. It's been phenomenal. I mean, I'm getting
It's
plus six and a
insane
half on.
what's going on.
I'm getting plus, I'm getting plus 6.5 on Kansas State. I'm getting plus 8.5 on Texas yesterday. There's so many numbers when you're watching. If the book you're betting with is on the feed and not being done manually, the numbers are so volatile. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna be sad when this tournament's over just because the in-game betting. I'm in both Discord channels. And I'm just like, guys, look, this is nuts. Like, take this right now. And then it goes the other way. And you're like, okay, you're on plus 5. You get plus 4 on the other side. You just kick back and watch. You just, okay, let it go. See what happens. You can't lose. It's I know I'm not betting big enough numbers to ever be limited or ever be banned, but I get by
It's
what I
fun,
am
isn't it,
doing,
though?
I understand how the big money people, the big number people, I get what they're doing. Because if I had a bankroll big enough to fire on some of this stuff, you can hurt the book. Like if you get a big enough number down in game, you can hurt a book as going just back and forth right now because of the way as you said, the algorithm is set for soccer, not basketball.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, I don't know how much you could hurt them because 'cause they're not gonna let you continue to just middle them
That's what I
all the
mean.
time. That's
No,
why you
but I'm
have
saying
to have
if you were
opportunities
right,
with other books and other numbers, and,
right. But I'm saying
they'll let you
if you
play for a
were
while, but
allowed, if you were allowed to go and you were betting 50,000 aside and going done, 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 right? Now I'm not worrying about anything. I'm making 20K every game. 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, twenty
well,
thousand.
it has to fall in the middle,
But
otherwise you're
but the
losing.
arbitration is almost impossible to lose. It's if the game's
The
gonna go, the only game I've gotten
in
burned on in the
basketball.
entire tournament is St. Mary's, because St. Mary's they were catching 10 and they ended up losing by like 25 or whatever it is.
Right, the blowout kills you.
Yep,
The
that was
blowout,
the
yeah,
one. It's
that's
only happened once in this whole tournament
mm,
to me.
right.
I've only had it happen once.
Yeah,
We've had this.
this has been very profitable as far as that goes.
Whoa.
It's a little bit harder to do in the NBA, but there's a lot of lead changes in NBA too, but not like not the silly season. Like, this is the silly season with the basketball.
Right.
We created a Bedarley, in hockey where you bet against the bad teams. I don't
Yep.
know what you would call it. Uh,
Who's doing that?
Wembanyama
Bear Maulings is all in on this at the moment. He's every day putting in 5 to 6 team parlays against the bad teams.
in the NBA.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
crushing it.
Oh,
But yes, it's that
um,
same thought of
wow.
tank for the 7-footer.
We just had somebody named the Atom
Okay.
underscore the Atom come in and say he's been banned from betting due to
Arbig.
doing this thing from MGM and PointsBet
Oh.
already. But on the plus side, my wife now has an MGM account, he said.
Is it the quiet
A
part?
lot of women are getting into the sports betting. I mean, it's very
You
possible
don't
how
say
that
that out
happens.
loud. Come on now.
What do you mean? What happened? What'd I say? Did I say something? What'd
Oh,
I say?
him, not you.
Oh! Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, Perrault said facts, Dave. Tyler just came in and named this, let's see, what did he just say? Tyler said this is now called, uh, hedging equals loss mitigation. I mean, is that a fucking lawyer term, Tyler?
Yes.
Like,
Loss
seriously.
mitigation, 100%.
Loss mitig Is Tyler a lawyer on the side? I
I
didn't
don't
make
know.
Tyler for a lawyer. I don't think
I don't
Tyler's
know.
gonna be part of the roster.
Ooh,
We gotta get this shit right. Perrault is gonna lead the charge for the young guys for the roster.
let's do it.
We're building up a hell of a team here with this
Let's
thing,
do
but
it.
you're absolutely right. Um, listen, guys, it's Monday. Everybody breathe. You have all week to hedge, think about, we'll get to more as they come. Keep DMing Matt. In
Yeah.
fact, anyone that DMs Matt, please hit the subscribe button to the YouTube channel.
It's like, where are you going with
Maddie's
that?
right. We don't say it enough. I'll fucking say it every 10 minutes. I'm gonna set a reminder on my phone.
Right.
We need to hit 1,000. You want to
We
talk
do.
about arbing? We
Yeah.
need to hit 1,000 people subscribing to this YouTube channel, one way
Yep.
or the other.
It changes a lot from what we can
Just
do.
get the bots, whomever, just somebody go in there. One of you college guys, go in there and tell your whole fraternity, listen, we'll give them something. I don't know what
Hats.
yet. Just hit the subscribe button,
Right.
please.
Take care of
That
it.
really helps us. That's all. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Before we lose Sports Grid, I want to get this in.
We're
Every
not
day
even
this week,
close to losing Sports Grid yet. Relax.
this is going to take a long time.
Whoa, boy. Glasses time.
This
Go
is going
ahead.
to take. This is going to take time.
Oh, God.
We're
Go.
going through each division with win totals. This is going to take.
Easy.
This is going to take. This is not easy.
This
They
is going to
don't
take
want you to.
5 minutes.
They want you to say and me to say why we think this, not just.
I have
because
no
we're to
idea.
You have to.
I have no idea.
Yes, you
why.
do.
No, I don't. I literally just started the
Hold
baseball
on.
work this weekend.
Okay,
I have
MLB
no idea.
preview every day this week. We're going to preview a different division. Okay, we'll
Yes.
double up on Friday because it's roll call Friday. So we'll
Yep.
double up and we'll do 2 divisions on Friday. Okay.
Oh, which
we're going to
ones are
cut
you
these.
saving for Friday?
We're going to cut these and we're going to put them up like we did with the win totals for the NFL, which you can go back and watch how we broke down each team in the NFL, and you can go back and watch it. So here's what we do. Today is the NL East. We'll do NL Central, and we'll go through all these teams the rest of the week until opening day coming up here on Friday.
Okay.
Starting with the NL East. The
right.
odds to win the NL East.
Okay.
DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, and PointsBet. Mets right now are just behind the Braves. That's why I'm wearing the Braves hat today. To win the division. If you had to make a bet today on who is going to win the division, who would you bet? Who wins the NL East?
I mean, the Braves is the obvious choice. I don't know what the hell the Mets are going to do with this bullpen. There's no indication. Like, there's no one to go get. So I think they're. I think they're downgraded.
Right. Yet there will be people to go get, but no one's going to trade their.
Happen.
Someone's going to suck in the
closer.
Who?
They're going to get the Pirates closer. He's an all-star. He throws 100. He's a beast, and the Pirates are going to stink. I don't even want to think about it, but so they're going to. I mean, the Mets and the Yankees have been taking the Pirates' best players for years.
That's true,
and just letting them play for something more than they're playing for in Pittsburgh. So
Darren Ruff got the Mets just released Darren Ruff. That stinks. It's
why?
It's a bad week for Creighton people because Darren Ruff was the one Creighton baseball player currently active. in Major League Baseball? Because Pat Benintendi is, I think, on Double A or Triple A, Mr. Ambidextrous.
Is this a sad day for?
Oh, for me it is. I love Darren Ruff. He's a good dude. Mets designated for assignment today.
So he's going to the minors.
Well, or if he accepts it, I don't know. It was a short tenure. They acquired him last summer at the trade deadline from the Giants, but he really did not. He played really poorly this spring.
So I saw this division on the rundown, and I was like, that's good that this is first, because at least there's a couple teams that I would consider to bet. Like the odds there, you'll see them from a bunch of different books, and whoever's watching the show and risk rooms everywhere, we can put your book up there. All you need to do is DM Matt or call me, and we can talk about how we can put your book up there. But plus 110 or even money on the Braves, pretty much consensus. And then the Mets right behind them at plus 170, plus 175. That means they're the next closest competitor in the old card game I used to play, and that's the NCC. And then the Phillies are surprisingly have value, but no Harper until at least August.
Right. That's the question is
right?
Can they keep themselves within striking distance and then they get Harper and they make a run?
I think so.
What do you make of the difference between FanDuel and DraftKings and the Marlins? That's a pretty significant difference in price.
Yeah, somebody fired a missile on the Marlins at DraftKings. That can't be half the price unless somebody came in and said, all right, we're going to drop one on you and they took it.
Right.
I'm surprised it's that much lower because now you can't take another bet on it. And that's what they wanted. But maybe make the Mets plus 240. Like, fire the Phillies at a 5-1 and see if you can go get some other money there. But then, maybe you can't manage it. And I would have the Nationals at 1,000,000-1.
Yeah.
I would beg for every $10 bet on them to win the division right now that I could possibly get. So
it's interesting. So let's go to the Braves win total. And we'll go through each team here. Braves plus 110, even money to win the NL East. But their win total set at 95.5. They're going to win 96 games. This seems high.
That's the highest in baseball.
This seems high. I know they have Fried, Strider, and Wright. Okay, I get that, which is great.
Right.
It's phenomenal. But, I mean, here's the thing that we have to, when we're breaking these things down, just a quick reminder. Major League Baseball, you're only playing 13 games against your division this season. So you can't go
in favor of that. Are you?
I hate it, but it's whatever.
Why?
Because I want to play the Yankees.
You always hate everything that baseball's doing?
Because I want the Yankees and the Red Sox to play a ton.
Of course you do. They didn't play enough.
No, I want 13's not enough. I want more. I want more times against the teams you're chasing. I want more head-to-heads because winning the division means something to me, and I want to play the team I'm chasing, play the team that I am trying to get directly in front of. Best way to do it is play them head-to-head versus having to scoreboard watch.
I mean, shit, they played so many times, so many years, and we got to see every one of them because the ESPN disguised as the New England Boston channel network showed every one of their damn games.
Correct. Keep doing it.
I don't need to see that shit 19 times. 13's enough. It'll be
There's
more
a reason
special.
for it. Ratings were for it. So they didn't.
They weren't.
Yes, they were. They wouldn't have kept doing it. They wouldn't have done it otherwise.
No, they do it anyway. They were good.
No, disagree with that.
The Red Sox were good. When the Red Sox were good, they're not good this year. Why would we want to see that many times?
Because I'm not making changes for today or this year. We're making changes for now, for the future. This is a permanent thing. It's not just like an experiment of like, oh, let's see if we can do this. I mean, baseball is doing this for now 13 games. We're playing every team in interleague, which I do not like. And
what do you mean you're not looking forward to Pirates and A's? I can't wait for that series. Pirates A's?
I wish interleague was fun, but now that we have the universal DH, I don't need it. Like, I don't need it. I'd rather go back to the way we just play the American League and you play the National League and the World Series. They're all playing on the same rules. We're all playing universal DH. Like, I don't need this. You play everybody and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't do anything for me. I
So
like
you
the
wanna go
mystique.
back to just playing your own league?
Yeah, I would. Now that both sides of the DH, yes, I would because now
When
there's no
did
more
you
pitching.
turn into the 65-year-old old man? What are you
I
talking about?
I just think to me, I just look at baseball as unique in so many things, and they're homogenizing everything with baseball, and I don't like it. I want baseball to stay unique, and they're so desperate, like we talked about, they're so desperate to get the kid and the TikTok generation's attention that they're changing everything that
Uh,
made baseball great.
I got news for them. Those kids aren't coming anyway.
Nope,
It doesn't matter what you do.
but
They
they
don't
don't
like
want to give that
baseball,
up. They don't want to give that up. They want to try their hardest. They want to put, they think Mookie Betts can be, on Nickelodeon type stuff, and that's what they want. Like, I just disagree with it. And so look, the DH pitcher should never hit, period. Okay. I think it's dumb. I've always said it's been dumb. Pitchers don't need to hit. Now that the
honestly, I
National
disagree
League,
with that. I like pitchers hitting
I know,
because
I know,
pitchers are average too.
because the National League is 24 outs and the American League is 27 outs, and I can't stand that. It's a different game. So it's the truth. It just is. It's a different sport when you're playing it. You're changing the rules. So I want the same sport for both leagues. Now that we have it, I don't need to watch everyone play interleague, and I don't need to give up my divisional games in order for the Red Sox to go play the Rockies. Like, I don't care. Like,
Red Sox Pirates, that's riveting. What are you talking?
yippee. Well, that's phenomenal. Yeah, must see TV.
He's
Yeah.
gonna fly to Fenway for that.
Stop the world. Let's watch that. Let's watch the Red Sox and the Marlins. Yeah, I can't wait. On the Nationals.
Wow.
Can't wait to watch these games. Riveting TV. So I'm frustrated by it. I mean, I'm spitting in the wind. I'm not gonna win this. But when we talk about win totals, Braves aren't going to go through their division and just hammer their division and take on the Nationals. They're not going to go like 16-3 against the Nationals.
Now, don't you feel like the pressure to if it's only 13 games, you gotta go like if you're one of these teams and your season win total is 95.5, and I mean, what's the Nationals? Is this the lowest in baseball? 58.5.
It's bad. Yeah, we'll get to
That's
it.
bad. So
Yep.
you gotta go 9-4 or better against these bad teams. And if you don't, you're gonna be in trouble winning your division. You used to get I mean, the AL East used to benefit from the Orioles being shit
Hmm.
for a long time, and they
Hmm.
would go 16-3 against the Orioles,
Red
you
Sox
know,
for years. That's how they won their wild cards multiple years, by just hammering the shit out of them.
right?
Beat them, like I said, beat them 15-4, 16-3. I
Mike
mean,
Sh Mike Shepherd just came in the chat and said, "How do you listen to all of Matt's crazy shit, Dave? Much respect to you, sir."
it's not crazy. My stuff's not crazy.
Sometimes it is
There's a
crazy,
lot of people who agree with
sometimes
that point.
it's
A
just
lot of people agree with me on that point as to where we are with baseball.
on the schedule. I don't know if this is permanent either. You like to say these changes are like, "Oh, this is set in stone." Baseball just changed half the rules for
Yeah, you
this
can't,
year.
right. You have to let it go for a couple of years. They're not
They
gonna change
might
it next
change
year.
it back next year
No,
if
not
it's a
schedule.
disaster.
Not the schedule, they won't. Oh, no.
They invented a wild card after they
They
just
did.
decided, "You know what? We're gonna throw another team in there and
But
fuck."
this
They
has been
did it, like,
coming,
right
though.
before.
But this was not like an overnight thing. This has been coming because the TV networks were asking for it. The networks, the Apple TV deals, they want these types of marquee superstar on superstar standalone type games. Hockey's doing it. Hockey's, hockey game of the week,
Is it
hockey night in Canada.
Tuesday nights is gonna be baseball night. There's gonna be a TBS game of the week every Tuesday and stuff,
And
so
there's a Thursday game on Apple TV, right? Or is it what day of the
Friday
week?
Friday
Friday,
night, they
Friday
do
night
that
Apple TV
get
week.
that pregame show. Yeah, we're
So you,
talking to some people about some things. I think they're trying to find something, which again is okay, but they have to understand if they want kids to be interested in this, take your kids to games.
fair.
Like, play the game. Like, go sign them up for baseball. Go play catch like we used to do. And you go, "Huh, this is pretty cool. I like going to the games." Now you're interested. My daughter just said to me last night, "Daddy, Arizona State is playing UNLV Tuesday night at the ballpark, at Aviators Ballpark. Can we go?" I
Baseball.
was baseball.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You wanna go see the UNLV Rebels play Arizona State baseball?" She's
Baseball might
like,
be the
"Yeah, I
best
love going to
program.
baseball games."
The baseball program for UNLV might be the best one on campus.
It's tremendous,
They're
don't get me
good.
wrong,
They're
but
really good.
I mean, we know a couple kids on the team, so I
Right.
think she wants to, like, see them play and stuff, but
Yeah.
I was going to the NIT quarterfinals or semifinals Tuesday night. I'm like, "Wait a second, I thought we were going to the basketball game." She's like, "I'd rather go to a baseball game." She's the kids that you got to get to. You ain't changing the schedule, don't matter. They don't care about that stuff. So, all of that being said, Braves season win total, every sharp guy in the world will play this under. They've been playing these 90s, mid to high 90 totals under for decades. If they win a division, they're going over this number. So,
Really?
yeah, if they win a division, what are they going to win? 96 to 98 games. Yes.
I don't know. They could win 91, 92 and still win the division, I think.
This division?
Yep. These guys might beat each other up.
That Braves pitching is, I mean, they did it without Acuna. Acuna got hurt. They won, right?
Like the Mets, yeah, but the Mets pitching is really, I mean, could be as good. It could be stellar. I mean, their bullpen's a problem, but not their starting pitching.
Their starting pitching is almost as old as me and you.
Okay, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be bad.
I mean, if one injury occurs there, look at that starting rotation. Scherzer and Verlander at the top is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Carrasco right behind it.
That's what I mean. So,
I mean, I think, listen, I've seen it before. The bet that, you'll hear the sharp people, the gambling Twitter, whatever, they'll be under on Braves under. I don't know about the Mets. What's the Mets number?
So let's go to the Mets. So you've got this Mets team at 95.5.
95.5
for the Mets.
93.5.
So 93.5. Sorry, yeah, 93.5.
93.5. Again, it was.
This is boom or bust.
9.5.
This is boom or bust, right?
This is boom or bust year.
Yeah, this is either it all works out or it all blows up. It's already blown up with Diaz, right?
You Boston guys, the guys that live in cities that they're used to just competing in baseball, every year is boom or bust. And then you got people that live in the Midwest or the Mid-Atlantic. I forget what you said, what Pittsburgh was. We ain't won since 1979, and we've had two good teams since.
Like, yeah, we're talking. We play for fucking rings. We don't play for fun.
Just want to make the playoffs.
We play for the chip. We play for the ring. You go and go try to win the whole damn thing. No one's trying to be 81 and 81 and be like, oh gosh, that was fun. Like, no one's trying to do that. Trying to win it. Period. It's professional sports. Did you win it? Yes or no? That's your answer. If you didn't, move on. I don't do the moral victory thing in baseball.
Different mentality.
I just don't do it. I had the best team in basketball. I got the best team in hockey. Oh, my baseball team.
Please don't fucking remind me.
The bar is high for the Red Sox. Okay, you got 4.
We're not on the AL East.
It's in 5 years.
We're on the Mets.
5 years.
Stop talking about the AL East right now.
We'll get to it later. Mets under.
You like it under?
Braves under. Mets under.
Braves under. Mets under. Okay, well then. Who's going over in this division? You can't pick all 5 under, Matthew.
I like the Marlins.
Like the Marlins over?
I bet it last year. I'm going to bet it this year.
How'd it work out for you last year?
I lost last year. I lost that bet last year.
Yeah, Lindemann was all over them. I'm
going to bet him again.
Alcantara.
On the 70, I mean, we'll get to them in a second. Phillies are 88.5.
Cy Young for a lot of people. That was good.
Phillies 88.5.
Phillies 88.5.
This is the right number. I can't bet this.
Let's win 90, Philadelphia. That's
86, 87, 88, 89. This is going to take like 1 or 2 games. This is going to be a sweat till like the final day.
All the way to the end.
Yeah, this is
all the way
fun.
to the end.
This is anxiety and, antacids needed.
Wow, DGen 4TW said Mets under. Bad.
I agree. I don't think bad, but I think under. I think there's too much hype. The Diaz thing, it's just already bad juju going on with that.
Wow. All right, let's ask the chat right now.
Okay.
Philadelphia Phillies. We got a high number of people right now. 88.5. OV, UN. Put it in their chat right now. Phillies. I want it over. Listen, that was exciting last year. The Phillies getting in late.
Yeah.
We bought some exacta tickets. We had some gigantic numbers. Oh, they win the first series. We're like, hello, we're live. Hello, we win the second series. We got a shot at a big cash.
Nope.
Oh, we were so close again, but we hedged. I had to bet the fucking Astros. It's fine. I did what I had to do. Listen, it's never personal. It's
Yeah.
just business. That's what Michael said in Godfather, and he was fucking right. It's
JC from
not
Casey,
personal.
hold on a second. We'll get to Patrick Corbin and the Nats in a second. It's
Whoa,
a
whoa,
favorite.
whoa,
It's
whoa,
a
whoa.
favorite fade of the year for
What the
me.
hell's happening right now?
Everyone likes over.
Ove. Mets are cursed. Akbar, my guy. Mets are cursed. We're not talking about the Mets.
Mets will always Met.
The Mets were always Met. People
good.
love to take shots at the Mets. They really do.
It's not hard. It's punching down. It's not hard. I mean, come on. It's the Mets.
So bad.
It's not hard. It's
Oh.
beating up somebody who can't defend themselves.
There's some late tons. All right.
Marlins over under 75.5 wins.
It's high.
I
Why
think
so high?
I think they're going to win 80.
Are they 500?
I think they're going to be close. Yeah.
81 and 81 is 500.
Yep. Everyone thinks it's not enough.
The number was 80 and a half. You would still bet over?
Look, they're going to pitch. Okay. The question is, what happened last year to them is that they couldn't score. I watched tons of their games, 2-1. I mean, they were awesome to a nerfy, right? No run in the first inning. They became a huge bet. Whenever Sandy was pitching, it was automatic nerfy. And you just got involved with the Marlins in these unders, these first 5 unders, these game unders. I mean, Sandy would pitch and the first 5 under was 3.5. It was always first 5 total was 3.5. And so sometimes it was 2.5, depending on who the other pitcher was. It was ridiculous. Correct. So, like, I think if you look at where the Marlins are lacking, they need their offense to finally come through. And these younger bats they've got, and they've been waiting for these guys to do it. I bet it last year, hoping they would happen. Didn't happen. Maybe it's this year that it happens and they actually score some runs.
Get Mattingly out of there and now they score runs?
Yeah, maybe. It's not impossible.
One of our Paisano friends, Eric Pisano, just came in to chat and said the Mets will always have 1986. Suck it, Matt.
That's true. And I have 4 since.
See what you did, Pisano?
So, like, you can have 86. Here you go.
Let it go.
Hey, the Bears. How'd that work out for you?
Oh.
I got 6. Like, you can have 86. I don't give a fuck. Bring up 86. I'm good. Like, I'm set. As I've said, I'm set. God. All right. Bring up whatever you want about 1986 and the Red Sox and the Patriots, and I'm fine. I'm going to give you the 10-year-old in me here, and I'm taking the adult in me with 10 combined championships for the other 2 teams. 10. How many you have? Chicago, how many you have? Hey, Mets, how many you have since? How many have you played for since? How about that? It'll be 1.
See what you did, Pisano? Thanks for coming in, though.
And you lost.
The like button while you're here.
You couldn't even beat the Yankees. You couldn't even beat the crosstown team. You couldn't even beat them. You lost to the team that owned you. Your big brother smacked you around in the World Series.
Oh, God. Oh, anybody beat the fucking Bruins, please. This is going to just be this is going to be a long fucking summer.
Oh, I would love I'm trying to see, like, who could the Bruins play in the Western Conference that I might be able to go and watch. Like, if it's Vegas, it would be unfreaking believable.
I told you, if it's Boston and Vegas, we're going to every game, home and away.
Yeah, we got to.
Told your mother. We'll fix the room. We'll sleep on the floor. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We're coming. We need a place to crash.
Oh, yeah.
Because we ain't going to be sleeping much. I'll tell you that right now. We're going to have people to see, things to do, content to shoot. We're going to have a lot of things happen.
Get Lindemann and put us up at Encore. We'll just go and hang out at the casino for a week. To walk in, we can walk to the Garden.
That's not a bad idea.
Or take a boat. Actually, you wouldn't walk. You take a boat from Encore to the Garden.
That's really not a bad idea.
See?
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, just go stay at the casino and go hang out.
Maybe we can root for the Bruins to get to the Stanley Cup, and then we'll see who they play.
Bruins Golden Knights would be unbelievable, and it's possible. It's not out of the realm.
Oh my God.
Bruins in 4.
Nationals under Flip the graphic and get the hell out of here.
Nationals for
What
58
are
and
we
a
gonna
half.
talk about the Nationals? I mean,
Because
seriously, does Casey from
Corbin,
KZ want us to talk about the
no,
Nationals for real?
because we're going to bet against the Nationals as much as possible this year. They're going to lose
Careful,
at
we're gonna have to
minimum.
lay some wood.
They're going to lose at minimum 110 games.
110, Matthew. That's a
This is
lot. Your
this.
math is terrible.
No, it's not.
Not many teams lose 110 games.
Okay. They're
110 means they win 52.
Yep.
52.
Yep. Yep.
Go through the history and see how many times teams only win 52.
They're
It ain't
really,
much.
really, really bad.
They are gonna be terrible. Did you see the starting rotation?
Yes.
I looked at it last night. I was like, this can't be.
Opening day monster fade.
Tell you. Is it worth it? Because they just won a World Series in 2020, did they not?
Of course it's worth it. Yes. I mean, its ownership is
Everybody
the
says.
bigger problem, but yes, of course it's worth it. They've watched so many talented players, Strasburg, Scherzer, Turner, Soto. I mean, how many guys are they going to watch walk away?
Akbar said, skip the Nats.
No, because from a betting perspective, don't skip the Nats because watch and see who pitches. So, I mean, 100%, come opening day, I mean, 100% betting against Nationals on opening day. Probably over too. So, they're playing Atlanta. Patrick Corbin against Max Fried. The team total for the Braves, hammer it. Hammer it.
What the hell? Is that in Atlanta?
Nope. It's in Washington.
Oh, we might get a bargain on that.
1:00 day game.
Still gonna be almost $2 favorites, right?
Yeah, but team total over is probably
Minus 200 on the road opening day?
Nationals
Can't be that
suck.
high, can it?
They're so bad.
I know, but it's still baseball.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
On opening day. And then it's gonna be let's see. Those are all spring training games. We don't have the numbers yet up. That's too bad. For
Auntie got to
Friday.
take off. Auntie's out. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, Auntie.
Appreciate
Jay
it, my
Clark
friend.
said, let's be honest, the only thing he cares about with the Nats is what the record is on the run line. We're going to take them against on the run line a lot.
Over. Yerfie's running the first inning on the run line. Patrick Corbin is a beautiful, beautiful fade for the rest of the season. When he is pitching, overs, team totals, overs, Yerfie's, all of it. When Patrick Corbin's pitching, like it's a great betting team. Nats are a phenomenal team to fade. They're going to be one of those teams that you just absolutely bet against all year long. So there is our NL East preview. NL Central tomorrow. We'll get to the Pirates and the like. Another team, Yerfie Nerfie Fun Fest with the
NL
Pirates.
Central's tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We'll do that tomorrow. And then
I know what
NL
I'm
West.
wearing already, but man, oh man, it's going to be a tough one.
We'll do that tomorrow here. Sports Grid, thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow. If you guys are on YouTube and Twitter, time for bonus BVB. Extra time here. Do not move. Okay, let's
bonus BVB. I love it. Now we can really let it loose. Oh,
right. So I have known this author since I was a freshman in college. Matt Botor is an unbelievable guy, and I was rolling when I saw this headline and I saw this article on masslive.com. He said it was a crass money grab and an insult to Connecticut fans to have the Carolina Hurricanes wear this. I love Matty.
So this is this sarcasm or this is truth?
This is truth. Matty doesn't know sarcasm. He knew sarcasm.
Serious?
I was dying.
Yeah, I read it in a different tone.
He said that his lead is you almost have to admire the obnoxious opportunism of the Carolina Hurricanes.
How old is this gentleman?
Matt is 47. Yes.
Oh, okay. So he's
2
close
years,
to 50.
2 years ahead of me. He was 2 years older than me at UMass when I was there. I've spent many a late night talking sports with Matt Votor over the years.
Is he cynical?
Yes. but everybody in the media in Boston is. Everybody in New England is cynical.
These people in Boston, you really got a tough life. Like, you hate everybody.
He
You
said
look like Sean
he wrote
Spade.
he writes, "On Tuesday at the TD Garden, the Hurricanes will wear Hartford Whale uniforms, those beautiful old gold and green classics of
Wait
the
a
former
second, they're
Connecticut."
wearing them in Boston too?
Yeah, uh-huh. When they play the Bruins. It's being sold as, quote, "honoring their history," but they're not fooling anybody. It's a cheap promotion that insults the fans who used to root for the team in those jerseys.
It's the best.
Oh, it's so good. It's just
I
so good.
can't b I mean, wearing them at home makes sense. They're gonna take them on the road?
No. So this article was written in 2019. I'm just putting it up for a joke. So this is just the last time this is the last time that they wore these uniforms. But I'm bringing it up just to show you where how I felt looking at these uniforms when I saw them when I put this up.
Why, this conjured up memories for you?
Yes, I told you this. I told you at the start of the show.
You told me, but then tell the people.
I told on the start of the show, I told you when I put this game on, all of a sudden I was a pissed off 10-year-old. I hate the Hartford Whalers. I've hated the Hartford Whalers for
What did they ever do to you? That's not fair.
they're in Hartford and they played the Bruins and they were one of the biggest
You
rivals.
really just don't like Connecticut. This
The
is bullshit.
Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens and the Bruins and the Hartford Whalers,
Bitter
the
rivals.
most violent fights I have ever seen in
Oh,
my life.
oh, it was
In
such
my
a
life.
it was an absolute joy to watch as a hockey kid and a hockey guy.
Yep.
I loved watching the Adams division battles. Don't forget Buffalo too. The Sabres, they used to bring guys too to battle. That was a
They did,
division where they were between the 3 of those teams, it was great.
but they wore it again yesterday and everyone and I went, "Wait, wait, wait." Now, I will say this. It conjured up such emotion from me that I actually think that they should be forced to wear it every time they play the Bruins. Because it would be awesome just to get that memory of hating on because the Carolina Hurricanes are just like
They're too nice.
they're
Right?
wonder
It's hard to hate.
they're wonder bread. They're just like they're
Uh-oh.
just blah. Like they're just like
Uh-oh. What
there's
are you saying
nothing
here?
there. The Carolina Hurricanes don't because of they play in Raleigh, which it's gorgeous. I love the Research Triangle. I love my time there. I was offered many jobs to work over there. I know all about that area in North Carolina.
Saying right now.
It's an unbelievable town. But from a hockey perspective and from a like who are they perspective, I have no fucking clue who the Carolina Hurricanes are. They're a really good hockey team. Really good hockey team. But I have no idea who they are. There's no identity. Like I know who the Blackhawks are. I know who the Penguins are. I know who the Canadians are. Like I know historically who they are. I
Yeah.
don't know who the Hurricanes are. They've been there long enough. There should be an identity. Rod Brindamore is a great coach, but like there's no identity for the
No,
Hurricanes.
no identity. You called them Wonder Bread, and
That's what it is. There's nothing there. It's just
people like Wonder Bread,
course,
first of
but
all.
like you can't not like Wonder Bread. You can't
This
dislike the
is
Hurricanes.
this is right. It's very hard to find that, like, I don't like this team.
Right.
Even when going back to 2006, I had the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup, and I went to Edmonton in game 3. I should have gone to the games in Carolina too, because we had tickets to the games. We just didn't wanna take the trip, and I had 2 little kids, babies at home, and my wife was like, "You're not going to a fucking hockey game right now." So she was right. But I couldn't even dislike them then because and I had a ticket against them. I was like, you know, they're really playing hard. Like they're a good team. Like they skate well. Like the same shit you're saying now. They
Right.
got good goalies. They're good. The fans look like they pretty excited. They do that thing after the game where they did all the
That's cool. I've always liked
it's
that.
very
That's neat.
cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
I'll be leading the charge. If it's Canes Bruins, like you said it last night when we spoke, sign us up for that for the Eastern Conference Finals. Like that's
7
going to be
games.
some good hockey
Yeah, give me
games.
seven games like that. That was Bruins went up 3-1, 2 goals in the third period. Bruins won in a shootout. Fun stuff.
Yeah,
Fun stuff.
20,000 screaming Caniacs, brother. That's their identity. JPC fourth.
It is, but it's the same thing like with Tampa. Like there's 20,000 fans in Tampa at their games, and there's 25,000 fans fucking period. Like there's 20,000 fans who are current Hurricanes. There's 25,000 fucking fans period. There's not a lot. Like there's like overwhelming number of people who you see. Like you don't go to Carolina and get nonstop Hurricane gear. Excuse me. Like you just don't see that. Okay. Same thing with like Tampa. You go to Tampa, they've won, play with 3 cups in a row. But like you ever bump into a Lightning fan? Like you just like bump into Lightning fans. Like unless you're not in Tampa or at a game, you don't see Lightning fans. It's just not like everywhere. It doesn't, you go to Vegas. I got guys who haven't gone to a game with Vegas Golden Knights plates here. Like it's just a different mentality in terms of, well, there's more stuff to do down there. Okay, fine, that's true. But don't tell me that like there's 20,000 Caniacs going ballistic. Okay, it's a hard place to play. I'm not saying it's an easy place to play. I'm just saying there's no identity of the Hurricanes.
Konowinski, first of all, he says he has a hat that would go perfect with this jersey. If you do, that would be awesome. There's a
shoes that go
site that
perfect with this
started
jersey.
following me called Royal Retros
Yep.
yesterday. They have a whole Hartford Whaler collection of stuff, which I jokingly said on Twitter yesterday, I'll take one of everything. And immediately Royal Retro started following me back on the Twitter.
Ooh, there you
So
go.
we're going to have a discussion about some stuff. Second of all, um, Austin Nakbar just came down and said, our bread sponsor opportunities are now limited to Sarah Lee and Thomas's Bagels after you've besmirched Wonder Bread. So we're down to, I mean, maybe wheat bread or something else.
I'm gluten free, so I'm good.
So you can't even eat the white bread.
I can't eat Wonder Bread, so we're good. I can't even eat Wonder
I
Bread.
stopped eating it years ago. I never liked it. I mean, people put it in the chat. This is a BVB after hours bonus time question.
Mm.
Do you like white bread? Yes or no? I think we get more no's.
Yeah, it's hard to like it. I mean, it's a kid thing.
It's
cut
like
off, you cut off the crust, and it's a kid thing. You know, it's a kid peanut butter and
did
jelly
you
thing.
cut the crust off?
I did not. No.
Never.
Well, my friends all did. I just never did it at my house. I remember going over to my friend's house and I watched their mom cut the crust off. I was like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you cutting the crust off? Like, oh, it tastes better. It does?
What
Huh?
the
It falls apart.
cuts the crust off?
Yeah.
My mother would have been like, I'm not cutting the crust off. That's all you get.
Right. That's what you get.
You're gonna throw away the crust? You eat
Yeah.
everything.
Amen to that. So we're talking about potential matchups for the Bruins.
Yep.
The Kings are on fire, and yet they're not catching the Vegas Golden Knights. This is kind of nuts.
We looked at that shit yesterday. That was incredible. I didn't get the Kings hat, so I got
the Vegas Golden Knights currently right now have 98 points. The LA Kings are on the hottest streak in their history. Franchise record, a point in 12 straight games. And yet they're still 2 points back of the Knights, who have gone 8-2 over the last 10 games.
But they're only 2 points back.
Correct. But you figure you go and get a
all
point.
Still flip.
They could, but a point in 12 straight games. Normally, you feel like you'd catch somebody.
Ain't that something?
Who you're chasing.
Yeah.
And they haven't caught him yet.
That's brutal. What do you think? Do you think more people like white bread than don't? This looks pretty even. I'm just going down the chat right now.
I don't know. I would say it's one of those situations where Wonder Bread we're talking about versus white bread. There's different types of white bread than Wonder Bread.
It was a simple question. Don't make it harder than it is, please.
Yeah.
Kings have the best value right now from a futures perspective. That's our friend PSU Auto, Chris Auto, coming in the chat and
I
saying,
can't really
would
hate
you
on
agree
that.
with that?
I mean, of all the teams, I don't know if I'd say like of any
in the West, in the West.
To win the West or to win the Cup?
Both, either or.
It's 27-1 at FanDuel to win the Cup. It is
there's some insane
prices.
Exacta prices on the Kings.
$850 to win the West. I don't know. I still think the Wild at 9-1 is a better value than the Kings.
Got a wild path, maybe a little more difficult. Although they could win a division now, you said, right? They're in the
they're the one seed. We can go to that now.
Yeah.
Kraken are playing the Wild. They're the 1 seed. Like out of nowhere, the Minnesota Wild just were like, "Hi, we're now leading the whole conference." Like I looked at that last night. I was like, "How the hell did that happen?"
I know.
Just sneakily, just putting together wins, slowly stacking chips and points, and now, bam, they're 6-1-3 over the last 10 games, and they have 93 points.
I just looked down. Austin's on a roll today. I'm going to have to reach out to Austin. We got to get this guy a hat too. Don't offend Smuckers. If we can get discounts on those delish, horrible for you Uncrustables and Matt ruins it, I'll be pissed.
Those things are garbage.
They're
Crustables
so
are garbage.
fucking bad.
They're so bad. What are you
But
talking
hey,
about, dude? Crustables are horrible.
oh, I mean, the kids won't even eat them.
No,
We
my
tried to
daughter won't
trick
eat
the
them.
kids when
She's
they were
like,
younger to eat them.
yeah.
They're like, "I ain't eating those no more."
My daughter's like, see you later. I want no
Yeah, I
part of
can't
that.
have Uncrustables.
Oh, you can't do
Oh,
it.
man.
That's not. No thanks.
That's
Yuck.
too
Those things are
much.
bad, bad.
Yeah.
Kraken against the Wild tonight. Wild are laying -130.
Ay. It's a hell of a hockey game, is it
It
not?
is. It's a very good game.
It's down to -114,
Ooh.
-120 in a lot
Kraken
of
are
places.
24-9-4 on the
Dog,
road this year.
dog, 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 dog. It's
Right?
gotta be dog. It's
I mean,
first off,
24
dog.
wins. Vegas is 24-7-5.
On the
And
road.
Seattle
On
on
the
the road.
road?
On the road. And Seattle is 24-9-4. Those are the two best teams in the Western Conference on the road.
Could they play each other in the first round?
In the first round?
Seattle? No, Seattle's gotta play one of the division winners.
Yeah,
Well,
which will be either the Knight or the Wild right now. So yes, Vegas could play Seattle.
that's
And
probably
then
a 6 or 7 gamer. That could go either way.
in Minnesota as well. Yeah, I would want to play Seattle as one of the division winners. You're gonna get no bargain out of them. And it's really
Nope.
the same. It's the same conversation with whoever plays the Devils. Like the Devils have the best record on the
Rangers
road.
Devils is headed to that's
Yep.
what the matchup's gonna be.
Yep. 26,
Absolute war, and we're gonna have to hear
26.
about it nonstop because the media center of the world's New York.
Well, look, it's 26-6-4 on the road Devils, 22-8-6 on the road Rangers. It's like you take home court, home ice. No, you take home ice. No, you take home ice. Like no one's gonna want to play at home. They're gonna want to play on the road because they're so good. Both teams are so good on the road. So, and it'll be interesting because the fan bases will travel back and forth, so it won't be a true home environment for either team when they play. So that's gonna be a ball. I'm with you. Kraken tonight. I like them. Ottawa in Florida. What did your odd screen say for the total in this game? Because FanDuel finally gave it to us. Pre-game 7.5.
Well, it's painted pretty much 7 flat, but there's some already over -15s, which would lead FanDuel making the preemptive strike to say, "Fuck it, move it to 7.5 and let them bet under."
Minus 170 to the under.
Now see, now that's I mean, move it back to 7. Like,
Minus 170.
what's the purpose of that?
I don't know. It's a
I
great
wanna go
question.
in there with 17,000 and say, "Yeah, you know what? I wanna bet under 7.5 right now. If you wanna make me lay 170, I wish I could do it because that's absurd."
It
Like,
is.
you're supposed to bet under 7 flat.
Right.
Like, you can't lay under 1 set, but I wanna do it just to make them know that, like, you can't do that. That's just egregious pricing, and I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna buy that bad price and make sure you don't do that again.
The plus is plus 138.
Game's going over, is it not?
It is going over. More on that here in a
Who in the
second.
hell wants this under, though? That's why they tell you. I mean, but,
You
like,
cannot. You
I'd rather
you
leave it
cannot.
flat
Yeah,
and
no
let
way.
people bet under -110 because they ain't gonna bet -170.
Right. Basketball tonight, game of the night, Denver against Philly.
It was the game of the night, Embiid's not playing.
Is Harden playing?
Probably not.
So then, yeah, this is all Denver. So they're punt. I mean, it's the last game of the road trip. The reason why I bet this last night was I anticipated this. I was like, wait a minute. It's the last game of the road trip. It's also the last time the Sixers will play in a time zone that's not the central or eastern time zone this season. So they're in the mountain time zone. Last game of a roadie. They go back home and they only have 4 road games the rest of the year. Why would you play Harden? And really, why would you play Embiid unless you want to do the head-to-head Embiid versus Jokic matchup for the MVP?
Right.
So I was like, chances are Harden's not playing, and Embiid could potentially not play. Is 7.5 too light for Denver?
How many times we gotta talk about this, both on the show and off the air? These injury plays are bullshit.
It is bullshit, but the Denver Nuggets just beat the Bucks with Giannis by 20 in their last game.
They saw them coming, huh? That was one of those ones like, "Hey, we'll see you guys in June.
Yeah.
That's the next time we'll see you.
And it could be
Remember
the sa- it could be the
remember what
same-
it's like when you gotta come here."
And it could
You
be
know?
part 2 here with Philly.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in Philadelphia. I thought for sure Embiid would play just to ice the MVP and,
MVP,
like,
right? Yeah,
lock it up, go head to head, score 35. Win or lose, you make yourself the favorite, clear-cut favorite. He already is betting favorite, but the voting favorite. And
right.
instead, you're going against the guy who's won it twice, and you're gonna sit. I hope he's okay. I mean, it just seems silly. Um, I don't know. This I would bet Philly, but, if it was our book, again, we would need Philly. That's fine. Vol Van Dan says that's why we need a sports book. We don't we're not booking the games. We're making that perfectly
No,
clear.
thank you. So the Kings can not only
Mm,
just light the beam tonight, but the Kings can clinch a playoff berth with a win over Minnesota tonight.
how about that?
First time since 2006, the
How
Sacramento
about
Kings
that?
will be in the playoffs with a
What the
win tonight,
hell?
and they control their own destiny to do it
Do you
by
like?
beating.
Do you
I like the
like?
Ki I like the Kings tonight. Yeah,
Yeah, hard not to, right?
yeah, I like the Kings tonight.
Mine's only 5, sir.
Yep, I know, but maybe money line it. I mean, maybe uh, do a Denver Kings money line parlay. That's plus 102 even money. Take them both. Don't take the point spread in either one.
Denver, Sacramento?
Mhm.
What's that pay? That ain't a
Even
bad idea.
even
Even
money.
money?
Yeah,
Even money?
yeah,
Huh, that
I
ain't a
like it.
bad idea, Perrault.
So,
Like where you're at with that. I like
yeah,
that.
I like both those teams. Don't play around with the point spread, as Kendall said. Point spreads are stupid.
Point
And then
breaks are
finally,
stupid.
how many points do I have to give you to take the Detroit Pistons tonight against the Bucks? Because currently it's 17 and a half.
It's down to 13, sir.
Oh my God, who's not playing?
I don't know.
What
I guess the entire
Bucks
Milwaukee
team?
roster.
Oh, it's 13 at FanDuel. Wow, 4.5 points of value of movement since we've been on the air.
I think someone is having a very enjoyable time putting up these overnights. I'm just
Just for
gonna
the hell
sum
of
it
it,
up.
putting up 17 and a half is excessive. That is, I don't care who it is. That is excessive in an NBA basketball game,
Beyond extra.
right?
But yeah, but they gotta send these out because these books that aren't doing their own work and just putting up what the overnight says, it's a couple places are putting it up, and guess what's happening? Some people are betting it
Mm,
because 17? You saw 17?
and a half this morning. Yeah.
That's a football spread.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, I was
Pro
gonna
basketball
answer
game?
your question with, I mean, if I have to bet this, I'm taking. I'm not
Right.
laying. I don't and now that I know that half the team's not playing, I'd probably wanna I mean, this could be a lay 10, take 17 and a half. You know, type situation,
Build the middle. Yeah.
you know? This it's just silly season, man. These last few weeks of NBA,
Are tough.
reason number 2,000,000 why I'm glad I'm not in the book.
Right.
'Cause the college basketball guys would come in and go, "Oh, I'm good. You got the NBA. You've had it all season." Like, please do
Right.
it now. This is when it's really hard.
Better to book it time.
Let's get it to it.
Bedard lay. There are two ways of playing the Bedard
I
lay today.
love this. This is a BVB exclusive
Yep.
for those of you in the content space as well as, anyone else listening. Please give us the props. I never heard this before, our show in our
BVB
chat,
audience, the BVB created Bedard lay,
but dog
tanking for Bedard. Three teams are playing tonight that are just god awful.
So explain to
Montreal,
me before you give the teams you are playing on with this, why did you not include the 3rd team, Arizona?
because I think three-leg parlays just ask you for trouble.
Ew.
I bet them both. I didn't bet them for the
Oh,
juice. I didn't bet them. I just asking a third leg. I think you're asking to get burned on a three-legger versus a two-legger. It's even. It's plus 102. It's basically even money on a two-leg. I don't need to worry about Arizona doing something nuts. So again, the teams that are out of it that we're fading: San Jose, Chicago, Anaheim, Arizona, Columbus, and Montreal. Even though Montreal is not officially eliminated, they pretty much are.
right.
3-5-2 over their last 10 games. They
Okay.
suck on the road.
Yep.
They're not good at home either. They're
Give
on
up
the
a
road at
lot of
Buffalo
goals.
tonight.
Yeah.
Montreal is 3-21-3 straight up on the road. So we're going Buffalo money line, Colorado money line, Colorado against Anaheim tonight, who is 12-21-3 at home. In Colorado, who is still chasing the Wild. They need these games. They're a point behind the Wild for the first in the Central and the number 1 seed overall. Still chasing the Vegas Golden Knights for that. They are 20-12-5. Sorry, 23-11-1 on the road. 8-2 last 10. They won 2 in a row, Colorado.
Oh.
Betting it or booking it. Avs Sabres. Moneyline parlay.
Boy, this Buffalo scares me.
Buffalo scares you against Montreal.
Yeah.
Why?
Somebody just came in the chat and said Tage Thompson is likely out.
Doesn't matter to me.
He's one of their best players.
He is. He is their best player.
Bedardley or Bedardley?
I say Bedardley. They want me to drop the D. I'm not dropping the D. His name is Bedard.
I vote with the brigade. Bedardley.
I like Bedardley.
It's an extra D, not necessary. Bedardley. It rolls. It flows.
There's always
it's
an extra
easy.
D is always unnecessary in my world.
What's my first initial?
Dave.
D.
Yes.
That sounded like a shot, mother.
No, you just didn't understand the joke.
No, please. I tried.
We're on bonus time. We're on bonus time.
We're on bonus time. That's right. That's fine. That was good. I heard it. I was like, oh, what did he just do? Oh, yeah. We're good. We're in bonus time. Bonus time.
We're all good.
Colorado's beating Anaheim. No question. I'm surprised you didn't use Edmonton, but I'm
because Arizona scares the shit out of me.
See, I think I'm less scared by Arizona in this spot than actually taking Buffalo in this spot.
Oh, why? Buffalo's playing for something still. They're not dead.
They're dead.
No, they're not. I disagree with you and Auntie. I don't think they're dead at all. They're still live. They have 76 points, okay? To catch your Pittsburgh Penguins, they're only 6 points behind. Pittsburgh's playing Boston. Pittsburgh's got games they're going to lose. Buffalo's not dead for the wild card.
I don't even know what to say to you right now. So many
things
know I'm right. Just kept coming in my head.
You know I'm right. There's only one team between the Sabres and the Penguins.
I'll book it.
Wow,
I'm worried about Buffalo. That's crazy.
Over 7, Florida and Ottawa. I got -110 last night on this.
That's what it is right now.
Oh, it is? Okay, good.
-110.
7.5 at certain books.
Or -115 or starting to inch up.
Okay.
Over. Better.
Yeah. So the Ottawa Senators are 10-0 to the over in their last 10 games at home.
How did our B squared play do on Friday, by the way?
Cashed.
Damn, I like when that shit happens.
Cashed. Florida 8-2 over their last 10 on the road to the over. It's at worst a push.
Gentlemen and lady, because it's singular, I think, in the chat. I haven't even seen her today, but we may not have any. But ladies and gentlemen, over or under, are you betting this or booking over 7? 7. Everybody would tell me, oh, Dave, they can't put 7 up in the NHL. Dave, you don't know what you're talking about. Dave, that's too high. Those games go, when you see a 7, you have to bet under. Bullshit. Over. What do you guys say in the chat? Bonus time, BVB. Mikey, if you come in and say ODU, seriously, for this one, just can you put OV or on, please, one time? I mean, you can put ODU in there too, but over on. What are we doing? OV. Book it. Book it.
Wow.
Book it. They don't like us?
It's fine. They can say that.
The brigade don't like this.
I just told you Ottawa's 10-0 to the over at home.
They're not listening to the show, obviously.
It's fine. It's fine.
What the fuck?
I'm good. I told you I don't like it when everybody says Perrault. I like it when no one likes my bets. This is good. I hate when people like my bets.
Oh.
I'd rather when they hate it. It always hits. When people don't like it, it hits.
Mikey also just put over DU.
That's awesome. Sabres, Avs, Oilers, Bucks, and the Knicks. A combination of who wants to be the number 1 pick. Fade them all.
1 ticket?
5-leg money line parlay.
They're all playing tonight?
Yeah, they're all playing tonight. Bucks and Knicks. Yeah.
God. Oh,
Sabres. So I've done Sabres and the Avs, and I've done Sabres, Avs, and Oilers. I bet
Savers with a B. What are you saying,
Sabres, whatever.
Savers?
Sabres, yeah, Sabres. Sorry,
Savers. You said
Sabres. I know. Sorry,
Savers
sorry,
3 times.
sorry.
What the
Sabres.
fuck? Are
It's
you
bonus
tired
time.
or what?
Yes, I'm
You gotta go
exhausted.
teach in a couple
Yes,
hours?
2 hours.
Oh,
Yes,
shit.
I'm exhausted.
I'm going to
Uh,
the fields. Kylie got a doubleheader today. It's my best
oh,
thing about today.
gorgeous day outside.
It's freezing.
No, warmed up, didn't it? Oh, it's
No.
50. No, it's 50 out. It's fine. No wind. 50 and no wind is awesome here. 15 wind's the worst. If it's windy, it sucks. And then finally, we're going Denver -5 up against Philly. I got 5 last night.
Oh, you got the CLV, baby. There's no
Might mean
reason
nothing.
why this bet should not win.
Best team at
Zero
home.
reason why, which is why I'm gonna book it.
Yep.
Game
Fair.
falls 4.
It's fair.
It's
It's
one of those
possible.
ones we're talking about tomorrow going, "How in the fuck did they know?"
Agreed.
Put it
No,
5.
I,
Oh, god.
it may fall 5, but yeah,
Right.
5.5. It's gonna fall around
Well,
that number anyway.
no. It's gonna fall 6. If it's gonna win, you're gonna because the CLV, you know, people will be all over this one.
Yeah.
Gotta play them early, you gotta have that CLV, and we did, and you win, and everyone else loses.
Yep. Uh, Robert Kraft just said he wants Belichick to break Don Shula's record, but quote, it's very important to make the playoffs next year. Oh boy, interesting. Okay,
Was that a shot across the bow? If you don't make it, we
it's
might
kind of
have to say
it's a
goodbye?
line. It's bow, by the way. There's no bow on a boat. It's the bow of a boat. It's
Bow.
FYI. Bow,
Not
not a bow.
across the bow.
Bow, yes, not the bow.
That's fine.
Bow of the boat.
Is that a warning shot? Did he tell him, "Hey,
Yes,
Bill"?
I think it's a warning shot. Yes, I think that's a
He got a lot of fucking nerve, that guy.
Robert Kraft. I
Yeah,
mean,
what do you
yeah,
mean?
he
Bill
flies
leaves when Bill wants to leave.
he flies to Florida to go see certain people, you know? Yeah, he's got a lot of nerve. He's an interesting cat.
This bonus
Favorite thing about
time is
today is
worth
what?
subscribing for alone, people. Tell your friends, please. Favorite thing about today is this, as I'm going right from here, straight to the fields. Kylie's got a doubleheader. She had a traveled 4-game series scheduled for Salt Lake City.
Mm,
And you saw what the weather was like over the weekend
mm,
here and stuff.
mm.
They said, "We're not playing up here. You're not traveling up here. We'll come down there." So those kids came down before the weather got bad, I guess, up there.
Mhm.
So they've been here for 3 or 4 days apparently. And they're playing a doubleheader weekday series. Monday, 2 games, Tuesday, 2 games. So I'm
Nice.
going to watch my oldest play softball today, in a nice, hopefully sunny day. I'm gonna bundle up. Wear at least I think I'm gonna wear a beanie. That's how cold I mean, like, if that wind blows out there, it's too cold, but that's what we got going on this afternoon. I'm taking off Sports Grid, so you guys will not see me later on
Oh,
there.
whoa.
I won't be on the shows. I'm gonna be watching I'll be on later,
Okay.
not the early part, but only get so many opportunities, and,
Hell
like,
yeah.
my kids
Yeah.
in the middle
Heck
of her
yeah.
playing career in college, and I have an opportunity to go watch, and it's just one of those lessons in life, guys, like your experience on Friday. You created a
Yep.
memory for life. And by the
Yep.
way, the video was pretty good. I actually just
Oh,
saw the
thank you.
video this morning. That was good
Thank you.
because I
Nice.
don't
Thank
have
you.
the TikTok, and I'm never getting the TikTok. Never. I don't want them watching my phone for shit. But
Right.
the memories and the times that you create for your head, your mind, and your heart with each other, that shit's forever. So I'm going to watch my kid play softball. You guys can,
Amen.
tweet at me and then all that other stuff, but I ain't gonna be watching nothing till later.
No, it's phenomenal. My favorite thing about today is I woke up today, and since Creighton lost yesterday, it's officially baseball season. So I'm excited about this. I'm actually really interested because I have goals for myself because last year in baseball was so bad, and
It's gonna
I'm
be different this
determined. I'm determined that I will not go down the same road that I went down last year doing baseball and how bad I was in betting on baseball. So I'm trying to do the work, get ready, and I'm going to approach it in a very different way. Like I went basically like head on in last year. I started firing like right away. Opening day, 4 bets. I'm going to tiptoe. I'm going to watch because what happened with hockey, now PSU Auto has a lot to do with this, but not just them, EV Analytics and other websites I've gone to. Once we had the data for the NHL, we were then able to pivot and play and really get after it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm gonna tiptoe into baseball, and I'm just gonna pick my spots in the month of April and just find different picks and plays that I like and not do anything too nuts and crazy. And then as it warms up and we get the data, we can start to really get into May and June and July. So I'm gonna have a different philosophy and strategy that I'm excited to get going betting on baseball. So woke up today and was like, all right, it's baseball season. Went outside. It was 37 degrees.
Cold this morning, man. Woo!
My birthday is next Tuesday. It's forecasted to be a low of 37 degrees on my birthday in Las Vegas, Nevada on April the 4th. What is going on?
Wish I knew.
Where are we living? And are you going to wake me up at some point and say, like, you moved back to Boston? Because the last time it was this cold on my birthday was I was living in New England.
Hmm.
Like, this is not normal. This is absolutely insanity that it needs to change because I want that baseball warm weather feel.
It's
And I'm
coming.
not getting it.
It's probably gonna be 120 in June at some point.
That's fine. I
Like, the
don't want it to.
extremes are just really the extremes now, right?
I don't need it to go from 50 to 120 in 2 days. Like, I don't
That
need
would
that.
preferably don't want that,
Yeah, I
please.
just want, like, my daughter this morning on the way, she just said, "I just want to wear a t-shirt to school. I'm so tired of having to wear long sleeves and, I'm
Hoodies
tired of
every day.
dressing up."
Every day. Kendall's
Yeah.
been in a long sleeve sweatshirt every day.
She's like, "I'm tired of this. I just want to go
Yeah.
to school and just have a t-shirt on." I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, and I know for you guys back east, you think we're sounding soft, and we are, but we're not used to this. It's like calling fouls at the end of games where you don't call fouls the whole game. You're not used to it. Consistency.
That's how you're gonna send these people out with that one? Give them something to talk about.
On the way out.
Listen, subscribe,
Hit the
please,
like button.
all of the above. Hit the like button.
All the
Download the
like.
podcast. Tell someone if they don't watch it to listen to it. The downloads are going up.
True.
The views are going up.
If you're not in the Discord channel, bbbshow.com, I want to get that going here as we head into baseball season because I know everyone scatters and we don't bet nearly as much, but it's really fun every day when baseball is going on to be on the
Oh,
Discord channel because
mm,
the more eyeballs we have on bets and plays and trends, some of the best betting trends I've been able to be exposed to comes from the Discord channel because
absolutely.
there's so many people there's too many games and too many things, and we have an army of people out there. That's how we all can get together and help each other out, win more bets. So I want to build that up for baseball season for sure and get more
Yeah.
people involved. Got 700 people in there right now. Let's get to 1,000 on both Discord and YouTube.
Oh, it's almost like a race. We could do subscribers to YouTube channel or subscribers in the Discord channel. Which one gets there first? I make the Discord channel a small favorite.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Given the nature of YouTube, I would agree with you on that point. We are back tomorrow for a Tuesday. Dave, Matt, Farra, BVB back tomorrow. See you on a Tuesday.